Rated M for mature.
If you would face me, seek me out. Until then, I shall hold your little keepsake safe.
All through my reign, I foresaw the coming of this danger. And so I gathered men into armies, stones into strongholds. I readied for war. And then you, Arisen. You came to us. And the dragon with you.
Our fealty is sworn to you, Arisen. From this day, the Legion's men called Pawns live and die by your command.
They shall peel the flesh from your bones, my dear Arisen. Unto all things, death and chaos!
You would face me then? Ah, 'tis a fool's choice, Arisen. This battle you have begun sits at the very heart of all creation.
Yeah, thank you, James. Hello, and welcome. Wow, this is classic G-Law starting to stream. But I talked for like, I think a full minute with no microphone. So just saying hello. I was just saying hello, saying happy Valentine's Day for those who are in here live. And for those who come in later and watch it, happy Valentine's Day. You know, what is it, retroactively? You tend not to watch, only listen. Okay, hey, that's fine. Because you just are like, oh, G-Law's playing like intro music. Because a lot of streamers do that. They'll just play some music for like 5 minutes before they start talking. So, yeah. It's a random check-in stream. I still do not have a regular schedule. I've been working a lot, but it's my old work, so I'm still looking for a job, and I've been actually putting a lot of feelers out and doing a lot of research into jobs, so I have a lot of applications going out right now, and a lot of applications going into jobs that kind of excite me. I'm being careful to try to select jobs, like not just I need a job, but like jobs that I think will be good. So that's exciting, but it's also nice to be making money in the meantime. I'm actually making more money this year than I was last year at this time, because it's just for some reason been busier this year. So that's nice. I can do that remotely from my California work. So anyways, hey, hello Nick. Good evening, sir. Happy Valentine's Day. So yeah, when I had the microphone off, I was talking about how it's getting harder to stream right now because the way that my sleep schedule is set up is I start getting sleepy around 7:30 or 8. And usually I've been falling asleep by between 9 and 10, and then getting up like this morning I was up at 5:30 in the morning. So so I'm gonna be a little low energy. I might be low energy, but I saw that I don't want to let too much time go by between streams here, because I don't want people to feel like I've abandoned them. So tonight I wasn't even sure, because it's Valentine's Day, I'd be free, but we actually did stuff earlier. I know, it's totally feel like an old man, Nick. Yeah, because like we'll have dinner and we'll be watching TV. It'll be like 7:30 and it'll be like, I kind of feel like stretching out, laying down. It's like, I don't know if I want to go to bed, but I definitely feel like stretching out. And then almost always like sleeping. Gabriel, 1:58 a.m. Oh my goodness. So wait, that's 4 hours ahead. Where is that? Is that like ice? Is that like Greenland? Oh, Brazil. Is it really 4? Because I think of the East Coast as being 3 hours ahead of me, and that if you want to go to 4 hours, you're out in the Atlantic. But I guess Brazil in the Southern Hemisphere, you could stick out into that time zone. So, well, before we moved here, my regular schedule was like I was up until between midnight and 1 in the morning every day, and then I would sleep until like 7 or 8 in the morning, and I get up and do my work and stuff. But it's just turned into like I've sort of fallen in sync with my wife's schedule, because she gets up usually around 5 or 6 in the morning, and I get up around the same time she does, and I make coffee, and then she gets ready, and then we sit and sip coffee for a few minutes, and then she rushes off for work, and then I sit down and look at the news and then start doing my work. So it does feel like an old man's life I'm describing. Oh my god. So also I've noticed my voice is a little hoarse today, so I don't know what the deal is with that, because I haven't been doing a ton of voice dictation today. Today I was more focused on job hunting, so I don't know why my voice is weak. The varying temperatures here has been kind of screwing with me too. So anyway, how's everybody doing tonight? I said I'm keeping the trying to keep. I try to prevent going more than 2 weeks without doing a stream. So I need to play more video games and hang out with friends to get that young man energy back. Well, I just within the past week, for the first time, really since before the move, like since maybe November, I started playing a game again. So, because before that, just whenever I would launch a game, I'd just be like, I was either too tired, or I was just not in the mood. I would rather have done something more passive, like watch TV, and I didn't feel like putting the effort into even playing a game. So, anyways, I got into Dragon's Dogma this week, though. So, and I haven't played it a ton, but I started a new game, and I did a stream test on it. OBS makes my game performance tank, so it's gonna be choppy, but you know how I am. When it's time to stream, I like to play whatever I'm playing, and on my off time I like to play on stream as well. Gabriel, it's on PC. This is the PC Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen. I think it was a 2016. It released on PC with all of the previous expansions included. And I got it a couple years ago, and I got into it, but I forget what happened. I think the character creation system got a little overwhelming, and I wasn't sure what to do next, so I just got frustrated and decided to play something else. But I've been getting an itch to play just what feels like traditional RPG, open world RPG, and I just was in the mood for this, like not Skyrim, just something that felt more like, almost like Final Fantasy is how this feels, except it's also not that. You haven't really been in a game at the moment. You've been drawing instead. Oh, okay. You know what we've been doing a lot more of is, well, I've been spending more time with my wife, so that's a nice thing. It's become sort of a routine, and it's also one reason why I don't do earlier streams, because I thought, well, maybe if I go to sleep earlier, I can do 6 o'clock streams or something. And if I do a steady schedule, I'll need to eke out a time like for that. But when my wife comes home, we have dinner together, and then we hang out for like basically a couple more hours till we get tired, and then we go to bed. So that's sort of been it's like real grown-up stuff happening over here. But we've been playing more tabletop games. So occasionally during the week, we'll play like a shortish tabletop games, and then on the weekends, we've been looking for opportunities to play. Like we have her brother and his girlfriend the four of us were playing games last weekend until almost midnight, which is super late. I was so tired. It's so late for me. Yeah, Nick, I didn't get my second monitor back. The moving company is ghosting me, but they have a third-party site that you service that you have to do a claim with. And I looked at all the fine print, and we ticked off some box on the contract that said that we agreed to hold them liable for only 60 cents per pound of anything damaged or lost, which is complete bullshit. But the whole job of this company, it says, is to look at what it says on the contract and see how much we're entitled to. And meanwhile, the actual company that stole or took or lost or whatever they did, it's pretty piss poor, because what it ended up, it's a $150 monitor that, according to the paperwork, is going to be worth about $5 in reimbursement. So, but I actually did some research. I did some lawyering at them. So I included a statement about how I think that clause in the contract is unconscionable and therefore unenforceable under California law, which is the thing. If a clause in a contract is unconscionable or completely lopsided or one-sided against the consumer, that the court can ignore it. So, well, I'm gonna wait. And the thing is, too, is this process. They're like, oh, it can take up. They have 120 days to respond. So, obviously, I'm not gonna wait 120 days to get a monitor. So I replaced the monitor. I found a decent gaming monitor. It was actually Taya recommended it. I got a refurbished one, so it was a little bit less. But what is it? It's the Asus gaming monitor. It's a VG245H gaming monitor. It's different. I used to get all IPS, which has better color and uniformity of like backlight and everything. So I was a little nervous, and when I got this, I actually had a lot of trouble tweaking the color to get it to look right. I almost sent it back, but I did some online research and I found ways to make the color look nice. So I do have my second monitor now. This is where my game is happening over here, and then over here is my second monitor with my OBS and my chat and all that other stuff. It's a wild loud cock. He's stoned. What's the emoji? The emoji's like, it's a wild law cock. How's it going, Stone? What's up, man? Sourpuss Stone. That's what I like to call him. He's always such a sourpuss. He still always shows up, though. Or not always, but usually. So even though you grumpy SOB, I'm still happy to see you, man. It's like feels like home. You have your PC up and running. Yeah, it looked like you were, last you checked in with me, you were pretty close. How is it going? How are you liking it? That's super exciting. Getting a new gaming PC and finding, like, even just loading up old games that you couldn't run well before is an adventure. So, like, and with this card, or with this PC, when I upgraded my graphics card a couple years ago, I went through a whole thing where I was like, oh, I'm gonna, like, that's why I started streaming Skyrim Special Edition, because I didn't have the power to stream it before. I could play it, but I couldn't stream it. And actually, this game, Dragon's Dogma, doesn't get along too well with OBS. So, well, Stone, I'm very happy for you. You want a new gaming PC? I'm very pleased with my gaming PC. We're going on, this is the 6th year of my gaming PC. I built my gaming PC in 2013. And in 2016, I upgraded the video card. And then the next 2017, I upgraded the RAM, because I started with 8 gigs of RAM. but I got a motherboard that was upgradable to 32, but I just didn't need more than 8 until about 2 years ago. All of a sudden, games started listing 16 as a recommended, which never happened before that. So I was like, all right, time to grab a second stick of RAM, stick it in there. Oh my gosh, you can run GTA 5 at 87 FPS high settings. Nice. That's one thing I've been enjoying about my new monitor is it's not super fast, but it can run at 75 frames instead of 60, which is noticeable. So the thing is, if I got something that could run at like 120 frames or 144 or whatever, my graphics card wouldn't be able to do that unless I was playing, I don't know, like the original Half-Life or something. I could probably get it to run that fast, but 60 is right about like where I can get modern games going. My mileage varies when I try to stream it, because once OBS is running, you know, that's a thing. But that's cool though. That's gotta be nice seeing that 87 FPS. I mean, honestly, I think 60 looks really nice, but I have noticed when I have witnessed higher frame rates, it looks even nicer. I think I've heard up to like 120 there's like a curve of speed versus how much your eye can appreciate it, and people go up to like 240, and you can still tell the difference between 120 and 240, but it's not as dramatic as like 60 and 120. Like your eye can't keep up with it quite as much. But when it's those lower frames, so when you're going between 30 and 60, that's huge. And then 60 and moving up, you can still see those frames incrementally. But once it starts getting higher, you got to make some pretty huge leaps for you to tell the difference in, like, oh yeah, that's better than the other. You know, this one's better than that one. But you know what, I'm gonna go into the game. Has anyone here played Dragon's Dogma before? There's only one save slot, so I can't start a new game. I'm just gonna jump into the game I've been playing. But let me see.
45 seconds of gameplay.
Is the 60 FPS about what the eye can perceive? Higher makes it, notice when performing. No, I've heard people examining it say that you can see more than that, and that people that go up to, like, especially 120, they can really tell the difference when they look at 60 is still good, but they can really tell the difference if they try and go back. It's like, oh, that, yeah, 120 is nicer. Now it's not, you can't tell the difference like frame for frame or anything. It's just the overall sort of like a silky feeling to the animation, which I think pretty sure now that I have OBS going, this game's gonna be running at about 30 frames a second. But I tested it a little while ago, and it's still playable. Yeah, there are people I remember hearing people on forums saying the human eye can't distinguish more than 30 frames a second, and I can attest for the fact you definitely can. You can tell the difference. And then there's people have said, oh, you can't see in 4K. Well, the thing is our eyes are analog, our eyes are not digital, so we don't see in terms of, frames per second. Like what they were saying is frames per second, it also depends on what you're doing. Like someone who, for example, is an actual like fighter pilot, and they have to make very precise like assessments, visual assessments, and like split second timing on their actions, that when there's that level of focus involved, they can actually see really like 200 to 300 frames a second. They can tell the difference. So with us, it's not so much of how much we can see, it's how much on a normal basis our mind is focused to perceive that much. And I think that's why when some people go up to 120 and they go back to 60, their brains can tell the difference. Our eyes aren't digital, are they? Well, I was just being analog as opposed to digital. Like we're in terms of how we measure digital. Like we don't have a pixel count of like an aspect ratio in that sense. but you might know, I don't know how to describe it technically. I might have used the wrong terminology, but my point was that the way that we measure frames and the way that we measure resolution is not anything inherent to how our eyes actually see the world around us. They can see it when they're looking at a screen. Oh, you're not being an ass. No, I didn't think you were trying to be an ass, but I just want to say I'm almost just reaching out for words that maybe I'm misspeaking, but I think there's still a point that I think I'm making. Oh yeah. Yeah, there's a lot that our brains can filter out. That we're not even aware of. But that's sort of the weird thing is those little tests you can do to see what your blind spots are. And when you move... Whoa! Oh, okay, now this is Dragon's Dogma, but I have not encountered a dragon before. And this is not the drag. Dragon's Dogma is about, like, one... I feel like this thing's a bad idea to try and fight. Whoa. Oh my gosh, this thing's got, like...
Grab hold and attack.
Okay. Where'd you go? Let me see. Did it run off? Go for an limit because neurons can only fire so many times per second. Oh, okay.
Insolence.
Well, I would imagine that there's a certain, like, there is an actual limitation at the atomic level. But I didn't know it was only a few hundred times per second, though. That's like a measurable... Alright.
You'll get nowhere while it's aloft.
Okay, come on. Is it gonna come back?
I've learned of beasts.
I've learned a new way to fight Ariel.
Ice buff plus magic cannon? I don't have the ice buff. I only have the fire buff. Isn't this? Oh, it's fire enchanter is this one.
Anytime.
I don't think fire is gonna help with this thing, though.
The dragon? Why? How?
Yeah, the fire's probably not. Since it's a dragon and all, fire's probably not the thing, is it? Alright, somebody put something else on me. Put some holy on me. Yeah, I was not coming out when I was prepping my character, I was not prepping to encounter a dragon.
If we keep
Come
the
closer to your
shadows,
left eye and
we
focus
need
your
to
thumb
get
with your right eye.
through.
Keep your eye locked in that direction, moving your thumb slowly to the right. I remember doing it before and tripping out when I realized there was stuff like right in my vision line that I couldn't see.
Dragon? Why? How?
Okay. I feel like there's really no way we can take this thing down right now.
You'll get nowhere while it's alone.
They hold the advantage.
Can I grab onto his foot?
How can we fight such a thing?
Come here. Nope. You can grab onto these guys and like climb them and stuff, but my guy's not really the right class for that. He's a little too heavy
Stop its fire breath.
to pull. And hey, Brad!
No, they hold the advantage.
Oh, there we go.
Ourselves against the world.
I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. I'm just gonna climb up on the top of his ass and stab him in the face. Maybe I can stab his wings.
Insolence. I'll act as bait.
Here, let's get him on the ground. When I run out of stamina, I'm gonna fall hard. Come on. Fall on the ground. Oh, he doesn't like this at all. Okay.
Let go, fiend!
Hey.
Mind that tail! I'll aid you at once!
No, I didn't think you were coming off as me. Oh, you were top perception. Okay. So no, I didn't think you're coming out of me. And you're obvious. You just have. I mean, you had more actual, real technical knowledge about the stuff I was talking about. That's actually welcome. Oh shit. Okay, this is officially more than I can handle. All right, let's get up. And after this, we're gonna get our asses out of here because this fight, this dragon. All those little dots next to his name? Come on, let's go, guys.
I'm on my way. I'll go at once.
Very well.
Come, guys, come on.
Tis a troubling foe.
Come on. Come on.
Some beasts.
I think this is something we need to come back for later. Come on, quit, don't dilly-dally. Here, there's an encampment over here where I started. Quest failed. Well, screw that.
We'd best go around.
All right, come on.
I'm on my way.
You guys, you lollygagger. Come on, Abby.
I shall restore your health. Hold on.
You guys are all beat up. We're gonna need a rest. Don't use your healing herbs. We're gonna sleep to restore our health that way. So you had to challenge.
What purpose do you suppose those men's post serves?
So, no, James, yeah. Just don't feel bad and don't feel like I think you're like an asshole or something. I don't. Convert energy into pulses. So it's more like digital than analog. Okay. I guess what I thought was it was just all that stuff happened. You're obviously, you know exactly how fast it happens, but I thought all that stuff happened at such a high rate that it was just, it was more a question of how focused we were. But I didn't know those limitations were actually hardwired at a certain, like, measurable amount that we can, like, a few hundred frames a second is something I can, well, I've only seen up to, you know, like 100 frames or 115 frames. Actually, I don't think I ever had, my monitor's never been able to go that high. But I can tell the difference between frame rates, so, and I could think, oh, what if it was 10 times faster? That's faster than I can actually imagine in my head, like, what that would look like, but, yeah. Alright.
Aye. 'Tis. Just name it, sir.
So let's get rid of some extra junk. Yours have a very specific chemical reaction that's necessary for firing. Alright. This is something you gotta do every now and then in this game, is just store all the extra cap. Your guys are, and your NPCs that are following you around are constantly picking up extra, like, resources and junk. And you can craft them into useful stuff
Just
later.
name it, sir.
But normally...
Oh, that one is it? As you like.
Normally you're just gonna store most of it until you decide it's time to do some crafting. There's an upper limit to neural information transmission. Alright. Well, now I know more of the science of how it works, so... So, James, when you've heard people over the years say stuff like, the human eye is really not capable of seeing more than 30 frames a second. You probably, like, fell out of your chair laughing. Because I remember, I think it was people that played on consoles, because consoles last generation were locked at 30. When they get into arguments about PC versus console performance, and they're like, you can't see more than 30, so, or like one person, I think they even said, you can't see more than 23 frames a second.
Before setting off, we ought to equip ourselves to suit our objectives.
Alright, let's figure out what I'm doing here. I think we were supposed to go back and report something to somebody. The proof. Do I not have anything to turn in right now? I thought I had a thing. All right. We're going to head back to the capital. You don't notice jerkiness above 15 to 20. You still notice improvement. Well, what about when there's sudden changes? Like if something's going at 60 frames a second and all of a sudden it dips to 28 or something like that. Does that get perceived as jerkiness if it's like very unstable? Because I would think there's still ways that higher frame rates could end up looking jerky if they varied in the right pattern. If you were playing on a PS3, you could call my... Oh! Gabriel, I get the impression that you are familiar with this game. I do not claim to be good at this game at all. I've never done a complete playthrough. So I guess you've done like... one big thing about this game is New Game Plus. So you play through the whole game and then you start over again. And a lot of people consider the first playthrough is not even... It's like, they're like, you're not finished until you've done the New Game Plus. Sensory systems are adapted to detecting sudden changes. Okay. Is that part of our survival instinct? That if there's a sudden change like that, it means something's wrong, so we have to perk up? 4 times! Oh my gosh! So Gabriel, can you keep going back on the same save and starting over after the second time? Or do you have to at a certain point start completely over again? Because I've never met anyone that's played it through 4 times. Oh, you might see I have some mods. I added a mod, so I have a little timer up in the right corner. So that's the in-game time. This game pays very close attention to whether it's day or night. And if you're out in the wilderness and it turns nighttime, it can get really hard out there. But it's kind of cool. There's a very interesting class system, and you can
rest, manage inventory, and
you can change.
I fear you have your pick, any you like.
Right now I'm playing the Mystic Knight, but you can change classes on the fly. You see the ones I started off as a Strider, which is sort of like a ranger, like dual wield bow dude, and I did a little bit of mage. I bought mage, did a little bit of warrior, because you can pick up certain skills that they have. You can keep between one class to another. And I think I always knew I wanted to be a Mystic Knight, but I wanted to play a few other classes and pick up some of their little abilities. But right now I'm sort of sticking to Mystic Knight. I'm not min-max. People who are like super know this game inside and out, they can have it down to a science. Like, oh, you got to take like this many levels of Strider and then go to this many levels of Mage and then take these exact skills. And then I haven't been quite doing that.
Have your pick, any you like. What will it be?
Let me see if there's any new skills that I haven't picked up yet. It's when you gain levels in your particular classes, it'll unlock more things that you can pick up. So proposed. We Fortress. And this is my main pawn, Manda, which is modeled after my wife. For some reason, I gave her a little extra girth, and when you do that, when they put on a dress, it just makes their ass look 20 times bigger. But that lady is based on my this, like, it's not a multiplayer game, but this is like I could bring my lady with me. She actually looks kind of like that. All right, it looks like we don't have anything new to pick up at least that I want to buy right now.
What will it be today? Have your pick. Come again soon.
So I have like an official in-game quest. Maybe I'll do that right now. Let's see. Oh, no, that's what? I don't remember. I had something where I was supposed to go up here. The cipher? Okay. I have something I'm trying to translate. Investigate a slate bearing forgotten script. And we're trying to find out about, like, information about this dragon. This big dragon at the beginning of the game. I don't know if that's supposed to be the same one I ran into. I'm thinking not. That was more like a random encounter. Seek a hill north of the capital that bears the figure of a man. There you may learn more of the slate. Alright, we're going to look into that.
Tis a fair distance to Hill Vigor. Let's prepare well.
Is an area I am ill familiar with.
Uh-oh. Let me see. And those extra two guys...
With the armorer here for some time to come.
The extra two guys, Abby and Karuv, when you make your pawn, it goes into this community, like, online pool of pawns, and so you can go into this little world and select new pawns. So those are actually, like, someone out there might be, their extra NPCs might be my Manda. But these are other people's main pawns in their own games. Let me see. I want to make sure I haven't out-leveled them too much, because they don't gain levels with you. Okay, so we're level 28 and they're level 26. That's close enough. Fire skills. Goblins, undead, trolls, griffin, ice weavers. I found so far the stuff we've run into in the beginning part of the game that the fire spells have been the most generally useful. Oh wait, what does she have to say? No, she's done. But this is the capital. I think this is kind of like the main thing. When the game starts, some stuff happens and you capture the I think I'm trying to capture the attention of the Duke.
Set off from here and we'll be on the path to the Windbluff Tower.
So that we can I'm doing stuff for the Duke to get in good with the Duke, so that he'll help me track down the dragon. Or I don't. The story is not. I don't think the story is a centerpiece of this game. It's sort of like, it's just something that gives you an excuse to go out and fight stuff. And this mod that I have in here makes the loading times a lot longer, though. The first thing I noticed when I played this game is that the shadows, the environmental shadows, were really dark. Where if you're like going through trees and stuff, you couldn't see. If there were monsters under the trees during broad daylight, you couldn't see them because it was so dark under there, and that really bothered me. So I found some graphical mods that basically the only reason I wanted them is because there's a setting you can change that makes the shadows process differently, so that they're not as dark. So like by default, even right here,
lies north of Grand Soren.
yeah, even right here, just the shadow from the keep would have made this area I'm standing here in like super dark. But one of the costs of that mod is it comes with a framework that bogs things down quite a bit. Okay. So we just follow the road and stay to the right. And looks like that'll get us where we want to go.
Even the capital is not without its dangers.
Pick up your friends and throw them off. Can I pick up my friends? Or pick up Manda? Oh! I didn't realize I could do that. Come on, Missy, you've been bad. You've been so bad. Not gonna. Here, let's put her down.
Monsters arisen. Ready
Oh, there are
yourself.
monsters over here. Alright, we're gonna kill the monsters. Oh, right? That was pretty good.
Perhaps auto vigilance is washed up. I'll serve as bait. Strike the tail.
I brought you Tyre's blades! The tail is severed!
So these guys are real tough until you can cut their tail off. Oh, wow, I didn't realize there were a whole bunch of them over here.
Strike the tail.
There, the tail's off. Now this one will go down a lot faster. Tail's down on this guy.
Take this, foul beast.
Whoa. Sometimes a game needs a mod to be playable. Oh, Conan Exile with a stable camera. Yeah, that's one thing that kind of sucks about Conan Exiles. I mean, is that if you want to do multiplayer,
I'll finish it.
the server has to just select the exact mods that are going to be on there, and then everyone has to use those exact mods. But when you're playing just a single player game, it's definitely, it runs so much smoother. But playing by yourself is well, you can do mods to make it easier though too, huh? If you're going to be going out in the world, to make it so it's more manageable on your own. You played Dark Souls. Hey, Lapis Lucas, how you doing, man? I have all 3 Dark Souls. I've only ever played the first one, and I don't know how far I got into it. I'm guessing I got about halfway through it. And then at a certain point, I got frustrated because I ran out of. What happened? I got in a situation where I needed something in a certain area to survive, like a light source or something to protect me from spirits, or there's some finite resource, and I think I pretty much exhausted all of the resource of it that I could get that was available to me, and then I got pissed off and I stopped playing. Modded boss sent me help to make it solo friendly. Okay, I saw there were those mods out there, Nick. And Nick, I saw you posted some things on Twitter. You've done some pretty impressive construction in
We'll head north. The hill should be there.
I want to say Dark Age of Conan, but that's not it. Uh-oh. Bad guys, what are you doing? Oh, I thought you were not going to give me a chance to Who's shooting at me? Yay! That was Conan Exiles. That's what I was trying to remember.
Will serve as a fine landmark.
Okay, so I have to ask: is the frame rate so jaggy in this that it's painful to look at my monitor, to look at the stream? Because this, since I've been used to playing this at a, normally it's been playing at 75 frames a second. I don't know what it's playing at right now, but I'm guessing it's playing at around 25. And one of my concerns is that it was going to be irritating just to look at for people watching. Tower was neat, nowhere near some keeps it. Oh yeah. Goblin! Well, some of the constructions though are like, I think you'll have like 20 people working together to make those things. Frame rate doesn't seem awful. Okay. Nope. Off. None of that. Is he dead? Nope. Oh, I didn't mean to kill the boar. Whoops. I see you, buddy.
Slay their leader and their morale is lost.
Oh, is he still alive? Okay. I think we took care of the problem. Jared Shelton. Cool. What's up, Jared? Happy Valentine's Day. How much is a game in dollars? This game? I've seen this game for $5 before on sale. I think when it first came out on PC, it was already cheap though. Like it might even have been $19.99 full price. Like regular price when it came out. It's either $19.99 or $29.99. But I know when it came out on PC, it was at launch on PC. It was like a budget game, which is insane. And the game has got a ton of content. Oh. I think there's a siren out there that'll put you to sleep. Alright, so wait, which one is the,
I've set its wings ablaze.
I keep forgetting which skills I have or which.
It hates fire!
And are they all down? Cast magic cannon. That's not a bad idea. I was just concerned that magic, and that's what I was trying to get first. I forgot which button it was. Come on back over here, birds. Have to get closer. Come on. Alright. See, magic cannon is like... I just gotta need it closer. So see, I could have already hit that thing. That's the problem with magic cannon. Is a lot of times I can just get it anyways. There we go.
I've learned of beasts. Slay them before they can use their voice.
Where is it? Where's that damn siren? Here we go. She's on the ground. See, that's just faster if they're already... If I can hit them on the ground, rather just charge on them. Now cast MC, which... Oh, magic cannon. It just seems to me that if they're already on the ground, it's faster to just run up on them with this. That's like a really... Make myself the projectile. But if there's literally stuff that I can't get on the ground, like when you first encounter them, when they're not already swooping down at you. Of course, you played this 4 times, so you probably know this better than I do. I just talking from my own experience. As I found it more gratifying to just charge right into their asses. Let me see. Gotta take a look around. This game really rewards exploration. So, like, I'm supposed to be following that road. Let me see. White orchids. Hey, Maxie. Why do you think he's Pigpen?
Sort of tree often yield useful herbs and other plants.
Hey, how you doing, man? Happy Valentine's Day. Oh, the magical damage comes from the cannon. Okay. I just feel like I do a lot of damage when I charge in on them like that. And it also incapacitates them. But there might be more numerically sound ways for me to do damage at a higher clip. See, here we go. It's treasure chest. Can you ride your giant shield like a sled? Hey, Chris, what's up, man? No, but I didn't realize. I just realized that I could take my... I could take Amanda. throw her off a cliff if I want to. Not that I wouldn't, because it's Valentine's Day. I love you, sweetheart. I love it. Okay. There you go, little lady. She's like, okay, no problem. Just dust her stuff off, no problem. Hey, Perfect Black. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I've had this game for a while. And I'm just getting an itch for... I mean, this game just sort of feels like RPG. Like, when you think of RPG, and it does a lot of things that the other games don't do, but it just has a very, like, RPG feel. Like, I feel like playing an RPG. Here you go, it's Dragon's Dogma. It doesn't get more... It doesn't get more fantasy RPG than Dragon's Dogma. Call. My voice is a little messed up today. What's up? Just doing a little check-in stream. Is there a way I can tell how far I've gone or how much I played this so far? It's probably my Steam. I could probably find out. Adventure log. Oh, I guess I've had 30 hours. Guess I've been playing this for more than a week. But it's the first game since November that I've actually really just sat down and played. Someone coming to my door? I think everybody here knows that I stream, but because we have my brother-in-law is our roommate now because it's so expensive here that we all kind of needed. It made sense for three people to split a larger apartment. It was more affordable. So we had him and his girlfriend was over, and they were out in the living room. They probably... I know that he knows that I stream. Like, he's seen my streams before, but he probably saw me disappear into the office here, and all of a sudden I'm having a lively chat with nobody. Like, what the hell's going on in there? How the game loops? You mean... I'm not sure what you mean. Like the gameplay loop? Like, explore, get treasure, go back, craft, get a quest, go back out, do the quest, explore, get a treasure, go back, kill a monster. Oh, it never ends, okay. Oh yeah, so you finish it and you go back into New Game Plus, and then you keep sort of going back.
An imposing sight from so close.
Big old castle. Now, I know when I played this a couple years ago, at least I got this far. I got a bit further than this. Because this time,
let us head north.
I've been doing more kind of exploring and goofing around.
Even the dragons coming is not enough to unite.
Oh no, I never beat it. I would say, if I were to gauge it, I would say I probably did like 20% of it. Of the base game, not to speak of the other one. Alright. It's funny, my wife, when my wife wants to tell me something, she's texting me right now. Alright. You won't give... Oh, right, thanks. Yeah. So, yeah, I think I've gotten a little further, but nowhere near, like, seeing how the plot unthickens or unravels.
All grances with strongholds. Let's have a look at that rise in the land. There may be aught to harvest.
Because you start the game, you're just a villager, and your village gets attacked by this dragon, and you, one of the many people that run up to try to defend the village. The dragon basically knocks you on your ass and tears your heart out of your chest, and is like, come at me, bro, and then flies away. If you want your heart back, come get me. And so that's sort of, after that, you're like, oh, I guess I gotta figure out what's up with this dragon now. that's basically the story, as far as I'm aware of it. And then I did a couple things. I fought a couple monsters, and people were like, oh, the Duke, you probably got the attention of the Duke, and you're the Arisen, and the Arisen is the person. His soul was stolen by the dragon? I don't know why I'm the Arisen. Maybe he took my heart because I was the Arisen already. I don't know. go out to dinner with your wife? Or did you tell her you weren't financially secure enough for but instant ramen? No, we went out to dinner. I think I went through all of this at the beginning of the stream after the intro when I still have my mic off, which is something I'm famous for. But we both fall asleep. We both get tired around like 7:30 these days. So weekdays are just not something we spend. We don't do a lot on weekdays. So we went out early. When we got home. I think her mom called and she's like, oh, like when her mom calls, usually they end up, and I think they just got off the phone, which means they've been talking for 2 hours. When her mom calls, it's like they talk forever. So I was like, because I originally wasn't thinking I was going to stream tonight, but as soon as her mom was like, oh, I'm going to call, she's like, my mom wants me to call so we can talk. And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to have some time to, I'm going to have some time to stream. But, even on Valentine's Day, though, a work night, there was not going to be a whole lot of activity after dinner, basically. So it's just the way it is. Did you take your AARP card?
Still, there may yet be aught to top
I got a 10% discount, Brad. No, that's totally the old.
Looks interesting.
The old man happening here. All right, is there a place I can rest if I need to?
What's the point to it all anyway?
Wow. Okay, I got to figure out if there's probably a place I can rest if I want to.
Grandsoren guards.
The much celebrated Arisen. I'd have well liked to see you slay the Hydra at the encampment.
And hello, excuse me, my voice all trash today. Hello, Nolan Wolf. Awu and car to you too. And you're surprised there's no sequels. Well, they actually, apparently, it sounds like they put a lot of work into doing the MMO that's never released in the US. So I think they poured all their energies, and are they still doing the MMO? It seems like they shifted their energies to doing the MMO and then never released it here. I have to go back to town. Okay. Wasn't there one of those things I can teleport to? Don't spoil it because I don't remember. But there's this fast travel system where you have this thing called, what is it? Fairy stones. And in this game, in the original game, you didn't have this, but in this game, you find an eternal fairy stone that has unlimited uses. By default, the game required you to find them or spend $1,000 each for a fairy stone. And they let you teleport to very specific places where there are port crystals. And these two places have permanent in-the-ground port crystals. But as the game progresses, you can find additional port crystals that you can carry around with you, and you can put them down in places. And I can't remember how you end up acquiring those. Saturday 8, make sure to... Yeah. I think I made in the description of my stream, I pointed out. I made a little jab at myself about my youthful vigor. Your wife had a root canal, so we didn't do Valentine's Day dinner. Oh, that sucks. But I guess if you gotta get it done, you gotta get it done. We'll tell her I've had a root canal or two, and they're no fun. So I hope at least maybe they gave her some good drugs. That's another thing that was happening in California. And I don't know if it's happening everywhere because of the opioid crisis, but they're getting stingier and stingier about giving you good painkillers after they do some invasive surgery, where it's like, you got a root canal, I'll just take some Advil. It's like, you'll be fine. It's like, wait, no, it's a root canal. Are you sure? Like, no, I need the good stuff. Even because she hates crowds. And oh, okay. Yeah, you gotta be practical about it too. We were lucky because she got out of work a little early today. So when we went out and there was really no crowd, but by the time we left, like the waiting area of the restaurant was standing room only. So it actually worked out really good for us. Maxie, did PokeFan buy you anything nice for Valentine's Day? No. Should he have? Maybe he would have sent me some nice Advent burgers. Or alien burger. It wasn't Advent burgers. He made burgers out of aliens. That's what... That or cookies. That's what I would expect. Okay. Well, it's about to get dark here. Is there not... I just want to double check there's not something here where I can establish a teleport location somehow. I don't think there is. I think when I'm just remembering before I probably put one of those port crystals here. But there's some nagging part of me. It's like maybe there's one just randomly hanging out in here somewhere, and I just. But I think there wasn't. I think I just used one here. It was like 4:30 when we had dinner, and then when we left, it was around 5:30, and it started everyone started getting off work, and it was actually busy. Okay, come on. Face the box.
What's this?
Oh, we found some currency. I already went upstairs, didn't I?
Tis weary work.
No, I didn't.
Standing guard in hostile lands. Morale will falter.
So, coin pouches are nice too. Hey. I don't know what it is, but the last couple of days my voice has been really hoarse.
Quite the view, eh?
Ow, look. I bet it's just an egg. I can't even harvest it. There we go. The top of the mountain, and I found an egg. Oh, look, that's that in the distance. I don't know if you can see it, but there's like a shape of a guy with a shield and a spear. I think that's what our actual quest objective is supposed to be. But I don't want to run around here in the dark. So we're gonna do some teleporting, and then I think I'm gonna beeline. I'm not gonna be all explory this time. I'm gonna go straight to the objective this time. Oop. And I like coming here. This is the starting town, but it's got the cheapest inn. I think it's like 50 gold to stay at this inn, and at the capital, which is where we launch all of our expeditions from at this point, it's like 500 gold to stay there.
The villagers will be joyed to see you home.
But yeah, I've been saying since I've been here, my sleeping schedule has really gotten in sync with my wife's. So, and she's occasionally works some really weird hours. But she tends to get up between like 5 or 6 in the morning. And so that's sort of when I've been getting up. So usually around 7:30, I start getting sleepy.
The life of a salesman surely has its own trials. Are your travel preparations complete?
All right.
The way I heard it, the guards in doubtless the guard can keep order in a brothel, or shake down an innkeeper for his last few coins. But if that dragon comes, I'd sooner turn to the Sisters of the Faith for protection. What can I do you for?
All right, let's
You seem tired, cousin. Come rest them. So be it.
Let's stay till morning. You can buy the fairy stone, that's right, Gabriel, but not a port crystal though. I have the eternal fairy stone, which means I have the one fairy stone that I have. I can use as many times as I want. It never runs out.
Seems these rooms are frequented by peddlers and the like.
But what I don't have are port crystals.
Place to rest.
Okay. So the eternal fairy stone may be used infinitely. And this was not in the original game. the new job has been a bit daunting because it's the sort of company that, like, they provide services. Like, their company will get hired to take, like in this case, to do all of the food services for a certain venue, like consider like a theme park or something like that, and or a convention center, that those sort of places where they'll get assigned to. And they just picked up a contract at, I can talk about it here. It's not like I got a million people gonna track me down. They just picked up a contract. No, I'm not gonna say where it is. Okay, but it's at a place where they haven't established like who's doing what yet and all that stuff. So right now they got her, she's supposed to be doing payroll, but she's also doing a bunch of other stuff. Like she's doing like the controller stuff, and she's doing a lot of like sales balancing and forget, it's almost like they're training her and she's handling what would normally be like 3 different people's jobs. And there's all these problems, like the place before, they don't have the right kind of computer and their firewalls don't work with her company firewalls. So a lot of their proprietary software isn't working properly, like stuff that she needs every week to wrap up like weekly stuff. And so that's been her thing, but she loves the people she works with. They're starting to sort it all out. And basically what they've been told is like, they're in this sort of weird limbo period where they've taken over during the last 6 months of some previous contract. And so their real contract and budget won't happen until the middle of this year. And at the point where that happens, they're going to be able to like budget. And at that point, they'll have figured out who's going to need to be doing what. And it looks like they're going to, instead of just being a payroll person, they're going to make her some sort of a manager and, you know, give her a raise and stuff like that. But in the meantime, it's been, because everyone's trying to figure out how everything needs to be done. It's been kind of chaotic and it's been a little bit stressful for her. Oh, there's a crystal in a cave. Oh, okay. I know I had him when I played before, so I just couldn't remember because it's been 2 or 3 years. Does she beat you daily for not having dinner ready when she gets home from work? No, she's cool about that. I've been actually getting a lot of work, my own work. So it's actually worked out kind of nice. I mean, I'm still mostly focused. My main objective is still to find a job here with an employer, and I've been putting a lot of effort into that. But I've been doing more work this year than I did last year at this time. Like last year,
I hope it still holds.
Well, also there's my, stuff going, family stuff is going on, but just in general, the workflow last year slowed down around the holidays, and it took, like, it really didn't get up to speed until March or April.
The road splits here.
It was just super slow, and this year I've been getting a constant flow of work, so I've actually been working sort of a regular workload, almost the same amount of work that I considered a normal workload before. So that's been nice, but I've also been, that looks like a bandit. I've also been focusing on looking for jobs. So she should beat me. And it's kind of nice. Alright, no, I'm not going to mess with the goblins.
I hear a lack of supplies has weakened the Duke's defenses in the north.
Because we just want to go to where the quest is. I don't want to fight all the respawns. I'm surprised they're already back. Like, literally, it was in-game, it was yesterday afternoon. But we cleared that batch of goblins out.
Every beast has its weakness. Observe closely and learn to exploit it.
And more work means that more people are injured and making claims. I don't know if that's not necessarily the case. I think it's just a matter of that for whatever reasons, whatever the flow of claims is affecting the physician clients that we do the work for. Like, they're getting more cases. But that doesn't always mean that just out there more people are getting hurt. It just means that more of the cases are getting routed. What?
An imposing sight from so close.
That's no mere wolf.
It is now.
I will protect you, Arisen.
That item.
Oh, it's still alive.
Did it.
I'll take that.
Oh, there's another one.
Larger than a wolf.
Here, now I'm gonna do this thing. There, isn't that nice? Hey, it leveled up.
I grant you fire's blade.
That's no mere wolf.
Is there another one? Is dead, okay.
What's this?
So I guess it killed this traveler. He's dead. He's gone. Sorry, buddy. Sorry we couldn't get there sooner, pal. Well, let's not lollygag. We gotta find the hill with the dude on it so we can get that port crystal that Gabriel mentioned would be there. So, but it's been surprising how much work I've gotten because I wasn't expecting it. But it is nice
By the ruins as we draw near.
that I know that even though I've got plenty of work now, I'm over how it generally is, where it's like the workflow fluctuates and I'll go through like weeks where there's almost nothing. And so I know I want to. It's time to go work for like an employee. Okay, time to do hand to hand.
We'll be ready soon enough.
He's like a white wolf. It'll be red soon enough. I like their little commentary about stuff. Ah, take that.
Be wary of it. I have it.
That item is mine.
These are. Oh,
No, bring fire.
I'll strike with fire. Avoid recovered.
we're mixing it all up here, aren't we? Now we got harpies and white wolves after us. Dire wolves, that's what they are. Okay.
Perhaps we might harvest art from them.
Okay, we got more dire wolf pelts.
I'll heal your wounds.
It looks like everyone's doing good here. So in this game,
I'll take
as
that.
you take more serious damages, your maximum health goes down. So even though you can cure yourself, you become progressively more messed up as you adventure. So you eventually have to go back and rest. All right, let's set up a place for my whole thing. Oh, come on. See how I was just setting up the damn fortress or my thing here.
I have it.
Not working for me. But see, if I just run up on this asshole, and I don't take all that time. I feel like I'm getting more shit done just running up on their asses like this.
I have a hold on it. Quickly.
No, I've got this guy I'm killing. Now I'll come. Here we go.
What's this?
I'll draw its attention.
I've set its wings ablaze.
Ah.
I've learned new techniques against that foe.
You dead? It's dead.
If I may say so myself.
Tired wolves.
What's that?
Sorry, Nolan. These kin are meanies. So yeah, I think there it is. I see the stuff up there. The patterns in the hill I saw from that fortress. So I know where we're going. It's up there.
We're no match for its strength. We must outsmart him. There, Master. Snow harpies.
Take my fire.
Strike it when it alights. Slay them before
See,
they can use their voice. Now, bring fire.
I have that ability. Oh my god. Okay. I was not expecting this to happen. See this? Oh! Oh, yikes. Alright, it's time to get out from under his damn claws. I'm gonna get killed. Whoa! He just took like half of my remaining health. He does not care for me.
I've learned of beasts.
I've learned a new way.
Ooh! Alright. He's just about over me, I think. Okay, guys, heal me. Did he leave? Come on back. Come on back. If I weren't such a heavy armored fool, I could probably climb up on this son of a bitch. Get off of me! Don't chase me with those lightning. That's bad. Well, I feel like while he's on the ground, I should just hit him while I can, because my magic cannon... I'm just finding it... Maybe I'll get better at using it in time, but I'm finding in a lot of, like, where you really need to act fast, there's just too much setup time for it to be practical. Oh, wow! Amanda's grabbing that thing's ass! Can I do two now?
Before it flies higher.
Oh, yeah! Well, come on back. Is Amanda still on that thing's ass? No, she's back down here.
Help me! Help me!
Well, I've actually beaten a griffin already.
My consciousness.
Where is he? That's a terrible question to ask, because I know he's like... He's not leaving, is he? What a bitch.
Anytime.
Oh, he just took off. Alright, fine. He'll fly away if you don't watch out.
Cannot take much more.
Oh, Amanda. Where is she? Oh, she's dead. Sorry. There we go. Get up.
I was clumsy.
Yeah, you're good. He's a French griffin. He had enough of my shit. I think it was when Gabriel was like, use two of them in a sequence, and I set up two, and all of a sudden he had two magic balls coming at him with each swing. He's like, I had enough of that noise. I'm getting out of here. The class I chose only works at high levels. Well, I guess again, there's people like to min-max, where it's like, oh, it's only good if I'm doing the most DPS or the most this or the most that. The main question I ask myself when I play a game like this is, from moment to moment, am I having a good time? And that means I can't always beat everything that I run into. And I kind of like this character, even though I probably could be playing more effective characters right now. I've been enjoying playing him. And that's my test for a good character class.
Who knows that I know what he seeks to know, knows it well, while he who knows not what I know, or know not.
That was like Ridley stuff.
You see me, yes? Then congratulations are due. You have found the man you seek. I am, or was, perhaps like you.
Well, he's got a ripped open chest too.
A child of man, bound to the dragon. Well met, young Arisen.
He's got
I
a
am
paw.
he who was forged by the dragon.
Wow. So he's like an Arisen from the past, I guess, or something? Yeah, there's the thing. Sweet. And I have not played any of the Resident Evil 2 remake Perfect Black. I make a point of never buying games until they've reduced to at least, I don't know, usually $15 to $20. I don't like to go much higher than that. Unless it's a game that I'm super duper duper like at the edge of my seat to be able to play. And Resident Evil is a good series, but unfortunately, that is not. It's not the type of game that I've been waiting with bated breath to be able to play. Well, maybe it's better. I didn't end up liking 7 that much. It was too many boss fights and stuff was the problem. And I still enjoyed it, and I might go back. I bought the deluxe version, so there's DLCs I haven't even played.
We finally arrived.
But it made me think like if I play it, I want to probably time it for October. So like every October, most people know this who hang out here, but every October, we celebrate on this channel Hawktober, and that's when I'll usually try and dig up a game like that. But like I played Resident Evil 7 this past October, but that game was already like a year and a half old at that point. All right, let's talk to this dude, see what's up. Yeah, you were there, Perfect Black.
What's that?
I think everyone except maybe Gabriel. Gabriel, are you here? Are you a regular, or you just see that I was streaming Dragon's Dogma? I can't remember if you're someone that I know or if you're just someone that came in. But a lot of people here are like regulars, so but I don't always remember everybody. That's why I ask.
Well met, Arisen of the present day. New forged link in the grand chain. You have come seeking meaning for that slate and the words it bears. There is none. None, save that it brought you here to me. My form can be discerned only by the true Arisen.
Oh.
I am the Dragon Forge.
So he's something else. But everyone else thinks I'm probably going crazy just talking to myself.
Go now. Tell him that gave you the cipher of what you have heard here.
Report my findings.
Let us return to Grand Soren with this news.
The slate you bear.
The translator hung up.
Beyond having brought you here, Arisen. But take heart. Our meeting shall avail you better than any text could.
Let me see. I'm trying to see if I can read your stuff. It looks like Spanish. No, maybe it's not. No, it's not Spanish. I don't know what language. Oh, you're from Brazil. Okay, so that's a Portuguese.
My form can be discerned only by true Arisen.
Okay, I know that part. Okay, I just noticed he's got this. He's got some nifty stuff to pick up. Nobody in this game cares if you just steal all of their crap, so I'm going to. Don't mind me. That's one thing, one bit of realism this doesn't have that Skyrim does is basically if you're in someone's house, you just take everything. Witcher, you can sort of do that, but certain things in Witcher, they still count as like, oh, it's stealing if you take this. Food Brotherly Free Contreras, how you doing, man? Happy Valentine's Day. That's what we call it here in this house. It's Valentine's Day. Let me see. Let me get my lantern out to make sure I'm not missing any goodness here. Okay, so that's the way out. It turns out there's another passage leading down. Let me see, how am I doing? We're still in light loads, okay. Ooh, treasure chest.
This looks interesting.
The path ends.
There it is.
What's that?
The port crystal. Yay. Alright, so now I have one port crystal. So that I can place anywhere, and it will become one of the destinations for my teleportation stone, my fairy stone. So, yay! Hey, no one cares if you steal all the crap. A true RPG. Hey, that's what we call old school classic RPG. No one cared if you stole all their stuff. What's this guy doing here? Oh, that's his pawn, isn't it? You have insomnia because you... Oh my gosh, you had to do surgery today. You have surgery to do today. Watch videos on YouTube. You're performing a surgery? And you're watching videos... You're watching videos to learn last minute how to do the surgery? Or do you just watch videos because you have insomnia? Wait, are you performing the surgery or having surgery done on you? You are undergoing surgery. It could go either way, but I'm assuming if you're having insomnia, it's probably not something you do for a living. It's probably something that's scary that's happening to you. Which, if that's the case, that sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. I mean, hopefully, all goes well, and the objectives for the reasons you're getting the surgery all come to fruition, and you come out the other end better, stronger, and everything else. But surgeries is scary. It's scary. So even minor surgeries can be a little bit scary. G-Law streams will cure your insomnia. That's right, especially after 10 o'clock. After 10 o'clock our time, that's when we have to get quiet. And I get close to the microphone and we talk low. And then, well, actually, I don't know if this makes people go to sleep or if it makes them more excited. I can't really, I can't tell. Or if it makes them more creeped out and I get flagged on the FBI list. All right, you know what? Let's just teleport back to... I was going to say back to school, but... Port crystal? Okay, we're not going to use that right now. We're going to go back to school. Oh, I should put my lantern away. I don't need it out here. Oh, you're studying dentistry. Okay, so you're performing an oral surgery. And if you're studying, it means probably it's not something that's routine for you. So that probably is somewhat anxiety. A bit of anxiety with that. Patient broke his jaw. In dentistry, you fix broken jaws? Or is it like that teeth broke too? I guess, do dentists also deal with TMJ and stuff like that? So, but that's no joke, man. Dentistry is basically just like, it's like another doctor specialty.
What meaning do you suppose it is?
All right, let me turn this off. Your lanterns will actually run out of oil, so you don't want to keep them running forever. Although I do have a nice backlog of oil, so I don't need to worry about running out.
It is usually more lively. The stairs ahead lead atop the castle walls. The guards
Broke
do have
3
much to
teeth and
worry
fractured a jaw. Okay. Oh! That chest is... Whoa! Okay. That was a real awkward jump. I think he was hitting his feet against the back of his shield. Oh, okay, that was close. Alright, put it away. Alright, so this is the dude. We haven't met the Duke. They won't let us in. They're always like, no, you have to be invited. But this dude hangs out here and gives you assignments that will ingratiate you with the Duke.
Not a text, you say? A cipher, crafted to bring you to the Dragon Forged.
Lost 5 teeth, oh my gosh.
If this man speaks true, and is immortal, there's a fair chance he guided his grace as well. Be that the case, his words are well worth heeding, sir. Meet with him as time allows.
Car accident.
With
Oh,
luck,
that sounds awful.
he'll lead you to victory as well.
Okay. So wait a minute. Did I just gain... I'm really ranking up here in my Mystic Knight. I might be able to get that upgraded version of that Bali thing that I hit. Whatever it's called. The magic cannon? Whatever. The Bali thing? I call it the Bali thing. Magic balls.
It will be my honor to show you the ready charges for the worm hunt. The choice is yours.
Let's route a monster infestation.
Certainly. Then here are the details. We have urgent word from the Stone of the Southwest. A horde of goblins struck the fortress while it was still under repair, and they've claimed it. Though the hold is remote, its importance to our southern defenses is critical. We must reclaim it, and soon.
Ooh, I think I went to this castle, and I couldn't do anything there yet.
The safety of the entire duchy rides on this matter. I would ask your help in resolving it. You have my thanks, sir. I shall send word to the hold presently.
And if I recall, it was
I've sent some of the Duke's swords on ahead already. Meet them there and lend them your arm. I await good word of your success.
I seem to recall doing this quest before, and it was kind of a bitch. It was hard. What do you gotta say, Amanda?
'Tis fastest to cut through the quarry, Master.
Yeah?
'Tis fastest to cut through the quarry, Master.
That's it. We've already cleared the quarry. You must sleep. Oh, I love you too, James Baker. Have a good night. Thanks for being here. And thanks for illuminating us about how the eyes work in terms of seeing frames and that sort of thing. I did not think you were being a bad person. It was interesting and informative. So happy Valentine's Day and have a good night, man. Yeah, this game could definitely stand to have some mounts. It's big enough. It's a big enough world that I'm really surprised they didn't put mounts into it. Let's see. I think we're going to trade out our dudes. I'm going to... Here, we'll do this. We're gonna give all the extra curatives to Manda because she's going to redistribute them. Oh. And just the curatives that we're gonna redistribute to the other dudes. Whoops. We need to take all the... Just the healing ones. And the rest, when we put them away, will automatically go into our bank storage. When we send the pawns back to the spirit realm or whatever it is that they live. Alright. Hey, Ariustal. It's Dragon's Dogma. I've been getting an itch for just a classic feeling open world role-playing game. I actually picked up Dragon Quest XI, but I kind of got burned out on 8 a little bit, and I wasn't really in the mood. I was more in the mood for this sort of more open world type of thing, and I kept thinking about Dragon's Dogma. Like, I never finished it, and I know I was really enjoying it before, so I need to go back.
So this is the Pawn Guild.
Business with the guild, sir?
Okay, so this is where you
pawns as necessity
you get new pawns. Hey, Gun Kid. I've never finished this game, problem with this game is that it only gets interesting from the middle to the end. Well, then I guess I've got a lot to look forward to because I'm enjoying it now, but I'm more enjoying it just for the kind of just running around in the fantasy world. I mean, just that little charge attack that I can do. And I could do that as a regular fighter before I became a mystic knight or mystic whatever. I enjoyed that to no end. Just running up and knocking stuff down. Okay, we need to send you
Is
out.
everything in order, Master?
And you can send them off with a gift. I like to give them here. Give them a healing herb. And I like your parents, it's good. I like to give them all, maybe it's bad, I shouldn't give them all 5 stars, but I've had both of these pawns with me for a long time. So when next time this player who owns this pawn goes to an inn, he'll get a report of like, oh, that I used him and I gave him this little reward and I gave him 5 stars. And there's all these different things you can say. I like that he was an invaluable asset.
'Twas well worth the effort.
So he's gonna go.
Paths cross again.
He's gonna go back to his dude, and Abby I'll send back.
Is everything in order, Master?
I'll do the same for her. Give her a green warish. Give her 5 stars, and tell her she was an invaluable asset. High-level mage spells get pretty crazy. To search high-level mage spells for it, there is stuff like, oh yeah, well I heard that if you do, is it the sorcerer, the specialization, that they get some pretty crazy spells. And I actually have my pawn is a is a mage, and I have her. I'm leveling her up in sorcerer right now, but I don't know if she, it's not the same as doing it yourself. But the only game you've seen of the old generation. That you face a 20-meter dragon. It came out. I guess did it come out at the same time as Skyrim? I know the combat, like to be able to grab on and climb up their necks and hit them, is very like what was that? What was that game called? I can't remember now. It's some old like PS2. Taking cool great from Metro. That one looks really good, Gun Kid. The new Metro. I can't remember what it's called, but it looks really good. No SEX allowed in my sub feed. Oh, it's not an adult game? Is it no SEX allowed in your sub feed? Well, I've had, I played The Witcher and there was some stuff going on there, but I don't think there's any of that going on here. Shadow Colossus, that's right, Good Kid. Pawn system's the one thing I really didn't like about this game. Did you play this game all the way through, Brad? Or wait, no, you said I might be further than you. It's a little bit high, excuse me. It's a little bit high maintenance. Like, it might be better to just let it be like an NPC system where you can hire people and they gain levels with you, because that's a problem. The only thing I don't like the pawn system is that
this pawn is joyed to hear it, Master.
They can't gain levels with you. Now they can learn stuff with you when they go back to their people. They all of a sudden they'll know stuff about quests that they may not have known yet, and so it's kind of an interesting thing that they do. And so when they use your person may learn things about quests that you haven't done yet. So when you go and do that, they'll be able to say like, "Hey, I think there's an ambush up ahead," or something like that.
May our paths cross again.
But it would be nice if they could level with you, the extra pawns, so you didn't have to... Like, now that I've gone up 2 or 3 levels since I hired these guys, I basically have to get rid of them. Because I'm out-leveling them. Which, that's kind of sucks. But because they technically belong to other people, it'll almost make it more worth it for me just to have regular NPCs that are just in the world that you can bring with you, and that can level up with you. Your pawn was Leon S. Kennedy. His hair was always perfect. Nice! Pawns are from chess, not video games. You know what? I'm not sure where the term pawn originally came from. Because, there's a king and a queen in chess too, but I'm pretty sure there are kings and queens before chess. As many years since the game release, I doubt you'll be learning much from being a pawn. Okay, I need to find level 29 people. I want to find one warrior or fighter, a guy with a shield, sword, and board. So not these guys; those are the warriors. And I want to find one regular mage that can do healing. Since Amanda cannot heal right now because she's well, level 29 dudes. Hey, my favorite. One of my first NPCs was Guts, and I favorited him. And so as they continue, now they don't level with you, but when the other person plays, it'll level with them, and you can see them again. Sound like expendable assets. They're supposed to be kind of, they're considered sort of mindless, but they're not completely unintelligent, but they don't have souls or something. They're basically these, I don't know what they are supposed to be, but they're supposed to be not, they're supposed to be basically completely subservient. Like their whole purpose is just to obey you. They don't have their own free will, but they are still intelligent in their own ways. But they're not human. Okay, Morgan, we'll take a look at. That's one of the Healy dudes. Mr. Braun. See what Mr. Braun looks like. Let me see, who else sounds cool? Oni. Angel. And Camelot. Here, Barry. Sounds like an interesting dude. Guts, do you have it? All the chess pieces are like medieval related army things. And what the hell is a rook? I don't know, must have meant somebody to somebody. Or something to somebody. Hey, Seven, what's up? Welcome to my check-in stream and happy Valentine's Day. Let me see. Alright, let's take a look at these. Let's take a look at these guys. See who we want to bring. So now they should walk over here. Morgan. Barry's got like a clown hat on. Mr. Braun looks sort of like Mr. Clean. I kind of like him. He looks kind of badass. Sorry, Barry. Barry's just got like this big old red fro and a party hat on. Should I bring Barry though? He's memorable. Happy Single Awareness Day to you. Well, let's see. And then there was Oni. Oni looks kind of badass. Hey, Evie. Can't stay. You have to work tomorrow. Okay. Technically, we'll see how I'm doing at 10. Normally I'm asleep by now. So this is late. This is actually pretty late for me. How you doing, Evie? Let me see. Oh, by the way, people, 7, I didn't know this. I do 7 for a while. 7 is a streamer, and I had a chance to check. I haven't been spending much time in streams lately, but I had a chance to check her out a few weeks ago, and she's pretty cool. So, seems like just a nice, fun person to watch. So if you are not subbed to her, I suggest giving her a check out. I think I like the big brawny dude. Okay, of the warriors, we have Mr. Braun, who just looks kind of big and badass. We have Barry, the dude with the big redhead fro and the party hat. And then we got Oni, who just looks like, he also looks like a different type of badass. Which one should I go for, you think? Does anyone have any opinions? A favorite here? Party hat? My instinct was to go for this guy, because I like bald dudes with beards, big broad warrior. You think I should go Barry? Oni? Oni's looks pretty cool, though. I think of all three, Oni looks like the coolest. Like if you were, like he looks like a Final Fantasy character. He looks the most like a character that a game designer would actually make to be a good-looking character. Oni, okay.
Yes, Arisen.
Oh, it's a woman. It's just a very broad woman. I like that even better. Big badass. Look at all the scars on her. Yep.
I am honored to travel with you.
All right, good deal. I'm glad to have you with us. So let's see, we have Angel. And I should have had one more mage. Here it is, Morgan. Okay, let's see what... Actually, I should have checked to see what skills they have. Okay, actually I like Fire Affinity. That could be alright.
Yes, Arisen.
I should have looked at their abilities first, because... Let me see, what does Angel have? Because you can look at their abilities when you're in that summoning screen. Okay, I like this one better. Yeah, I like this one better. For skills wise. So we're not putting this one to a vote. I'm just taking this one with us.
I am honored to travel with you.
His name is Demon in Japanese? Eesh. Wait, not Barry. I was assuming it means, he's talking about Oni. Oni, not Barry. That'd be... Watch out for Barry! They're dangerous. Barry deserve... I like Barry. Maybe we'll run into Barry again. But I feel like we've made a good decision here. So let's get back into the real world. Take Barry's hat and put it on Oni. Now, we had to make a tough decision. Do we want someone that looks cool, or do we want someone that looks ridiculous? And we chose cool over ridiculous. But I gotta say, that Oni looked pretty sweet. That's one of the best looking characters I've probably seen that other people... Because I just hope they didn't screw with the voices. Once you get out of this area, you can't really tell what the user-defined voice is going to be. And either... It's basically they record one voice, and then they have a range of, like, they change the pitch, so it's like, like Munchkin, and all the way down to serial killer, like, low voice mask.
This is a place quite restful to my kind.
Let's see what they sound like. Oni?
A grand cathedral, fit for a grand city. Do mind your behavior inside, Master.
Wow.
Slight might see you arrested.
Okay, so they gave her a really deep voice, but it kind of works. But it's almost like an androgynous voice.
The capital even holds a barber shop. The inn seats offer a place for my kind to speak and receive.
So it's just me and all the ladies now, huh? Cool is greater than ridiculous. You think so, Nick? I don't know. It depends. An argument could be made. Either way.
As necessity demands here at
Oh wait, let's give the our new pawns some. Let's give our new pawns some stuff so they can heal themselves. Because you give them the tools to heal themselves, and they will. And let's see. Ooh. 6 of each of these. Inventory management sort of becomes a major thing in here. Alright, now we're gonna drop by the inn and drop off a bunch of the other extra crap that we have. He did have a cool hat. Barry is cooler than Oni because he had a cool hat. You prefer cool to ridiculous. Ridiculous takes you out of the game. Yeah, I mean, but some of these guys
never tire of this place.
Like if you pick up a person, they have like a chipmunk voice, that gets on my nerves too. Or the super too deep male voice is a problem.
No surprise.
All right.
Have your pick. Any you like. What will it
Let's
be
just,
today?
we're going to do a lot of just dropping off. We're going to keep that stuff and basically drop everything else off. At a certain point when status effects start becoming a major problem, we'll look into bringing more different various curatives along with us. But so far, they have not been a problem at the levels we've been at. Other cave, huh? Okay, no. No, she does not need that. She doesn't use fairy stones.
What will it be today? Have your pick. Come again soon.
Alright, so now everyone's traveling at a very light weight. 6. Okay, so we should probably...
Aye, the inn offers a clean bed.
How much money do we have now?
But it
maybe it's not worth it to... Oh, wait, what are we doing now? The quest that we have is to go to that fort. Okay, so we are going to set out from here in the morning. I think we got enough money now that we don't need to... We don't need to go back to the starter village since we're already here. Let me see. Calling Barry ridiculous hurts his feelings. Take it back. Yeah, well, you know, maybe he's not trying to be ridiculous. He's trying to bring some well-needed levity to an otherwise grim situation. He's like a bard, you know? That's all. He's trying to keep things light. You hate Cicero in Skyrim because he's ridiculous and annoying. He is a little bit. Yeah, he's a little ridiculous. So you just don't do the Dark Brotherhood quest. He bothers you that much. Okay. That's a respectable opinion.
No surprise.
Alright, we're going to sleep here even though he charges a shitload of money.
What will it be today? Understood.
Because I don't want to be porting all over town or all over the world just as... At this point, we got like 225,000 gold. 500, relatively speaking, is no longer a problem. I don't need to go out of my way to save a few hundred gold. You kill... I've never killed Cicero. But I always feel bad in games doing stuff that I'm not... Maybe, just, you know... Well, I guess you can decide during that quest line how you want to handle it.
Stone of the Southwest. A place one can live without fear of monsters.
Alright, let's do this, guys. So let's see. So we had here, Brad has played this game. Gabriel, if he's still awake, who's nervous about surgery tomorrow and has insomnia in Brazil, has played this game. He's like the resident expert this evening. But it seems like most of the people here are not that familiar with this game. I do recommend this game. It's quirky. It's not like it's doing its own thing, but at the same time it's very like, if you want to play an RPG, it feels like an RPG. It's like it scratches that exact itch. It's not like it ticks off a lot of boxes, and at the same time it's also doing its own thing too. You can't play Skyrim without being a bad guy? Try being Robin Hood. Your characters joined the Dark Brotherhood. See, I always have a hard time playing evil characters. Like, I can do the Dark Brotherhood, but I'm always like...
The Stone of the Southwest.
I'm always like, I'm gonna be the guy that... I'm gonna be the guy that,
Mild weather year-round makes Gransus well-suited for human life.
I'm gonna clean it up from the inside. Alright, they're very chatty.
The Duke's burden is great. Between his duty as a sovereign and the worm hunt, a good start to any task is talking with others. Let's begin with that.
Wow, is that Angel who keeps talking, or is that just both of them? They're very chatty.
That's goblin I smell, Master.
Victoria Vici clearly had it coming. Oh, was that the lady from was that the lady from what the hell is that town called? Thief Town, where she's the one who's corrupt and in charge of everything and a bitch. You can turn the chat off. I'm not bothered enough by it to turn it off.
Before setting off.
Because occasionally they say things that are useful. Oh, I don't need to come up here.
What's this?
Oh, you break up her wedding. Oh gosh, I think I've only played through. Is that where you go undercover? No, that's another thing. I don't remember. I don't know. I remember running into people on their way to a wedding, but I don't remember the actual wedding. And that's not the one where you go undercover as part of the main story quest into a party, right? That's a different thing. That's just a big wig, like hoity-toity, fancy people meeting together. Wait for what to descend? Oh!
City streets. Best we remained well equipped.
Take my fire!
Okay. Is it coming back? It does appear to be coming back. Is it zeroing in on us? Or does it not give a shit? Because I don't have time for this. Okay. I didn't check to see if I had new skills yet. Nope. I don't have time for all you assholes.
Is vast. Could be easy to get
I'll take them.
Alright, fine. Can we leave the goblins alone?
Any that would target the original, we'll rout them in a single charge.
Take my fire! Fire, let thy kiss!
Okay, I'm killing a few of them, obviously.
A weakling is a weakling still.
Ran out of known quests to do, or you had your repeat quest? Dark Brotherhood gets so much gold. Yeah, but do you really need that gold that much? I don't know. I guess if you're gonna try to buy all the houses and do all that other stuff, but I always found like after a certain point, gold just like you basically can buy everything you need. But if you play Dark Brotherhood, you're doing it because, you know, you just want to be Dark Brotherhood, be evil. But I always have trouble playing evil characters. Even like whenever I decide I'm going to do an evil character, I always end up not being able to do it. Like when I played, I think the most I ever did was when I played the old Star Wars: The Old Republic, the MMO. I played the lightning shooty out of the hands Sith magey type character, and I did the dark side on that, and it felt so. I just made myself do it, and it felt so like cartoonish though in that game. It was just like cartoonish bad guys. But you know what? There's no creatures. We cleared this out, so I don't even need my lantern anymore in here. This place is totally safe right now. Even though I can't see anything. I've been through here a few times. And after you clear all the monsters out of it, it just becomes occupied by people.
What's that?
The Cabandage of Pyromaniacs? Sith Inquisitor. Is that the one? Yeah, that's it. It was very much like cartoon bad guy, the Sith Inquisitor. I even had kind of like a cartoon bad guy, like, man, I will get you now. It was just kind of, I mean, should have made the character with a twirly mustache. I'm going to hurt you now because I am evil. Oh. But it seems like a lot of times, like, I just feel like that the evil decisions that they give you to make in games often don't make sense. Like, they're, even if you're evil, the things that, the evil options that they give you are things that would just make your life harder. So you're like, no, if I'm going to be evil, I'm going to do it in other ways, not that. Not like in your face, like, ha. It's like, you'd be more insidious than that if you're going to really be evil.
We need only follow the
No,
map
I'm going to
from
kill.
here.
Yeah.
I'd not thought to find such a place here. I recall a spot we may rest not far from here.
It just occurred to me I'm going to go back to that camp. And, oh, it's these guys. I need to go to that camp and check out the,
I'll serve as bait. Strike the tail.
check out the skills, because we gained ranks, and I didn't check to see if I had new skills.
The tail.
The tail is severed.
Another one over there.
Protect you, Arisen.
It bleeds. I'll serve as bait. Strike the tail.
I call you fire's blade.
There's a far cry from the road.
Alright, go for the tail.
The tail is severed. Burn the
I'll hold it best I'm able. Strike the tail.
Hold it.
I did a
do the
light side
rest.
juggernaut, and that actually, but that actually was like how I would feel if I was in the Empire, where it's like the Empire is
I'll serve
this.
as bait. Strike the tail.
I would look at it as like, hey, the Empire has the resources and the infrastructure to be a great source of order and stability in the galaxy. If we could just do away with all of this weird, pointless backstabbing and these weird games, this corruption that's making it eat its own tail, you know?
I'll take that.
Alright, looks like we cleared these little guys out. So as a Sith Juggernaut, it was almost like I was playing... And I think it was... Is it part of where you're almost going to be trying to make change within, like, the Empire from the inside to try to make it a better organization? That's how at least my mentality was as that character.
What purpose do you suppose those men?
Like, he wanted to employ the power of the Empire to actually do things that were beneficial to the people of the Empire. And that's how I always thought the Empire kind of was until I heard more about, like, in the old... You know, I thought that Darth Vader was evil and the Emperor was evil, but overall the Empire was just kind of this big, like, super, let's control everything. And, like, Darth Vader was like, we'll have peace and order throughout the galaxy. And I was like, well, yeah, that wouldn't be too bad, you know?
We'll find as much growth.
Alright, get away from the dude. I want to talk to this guy.
Danger. Just name it, sir.
We're gonna check skills.
What say you?
Broad slash. Antler toss. Ooh. Okay, but I just realized I don't have a lot of points, so that might be a good thing. But let's see what... Oh, great cannon. Okay, that one is... I've got to get. That was the one that Gabriel kept saying I needed to upgrade. And that leaves me with not too many points left to spend. Let me just see if we've got anything else. Ooh, what's this? Okay, so then now there's definitely some more things for me to buy once I've got points for it. Let me see if what Amanda's got anything going on here that I want to invest in right now. Petrification. Turns foes into stone. Do I want that though? All right, I'm not paying attention to chat. Let me see. Your characters end up... My characters all end up evil. Does that mean I'm evil in real life? I don't think so, Arius Tal. So... Maybe it just... It could mean a lot of things. The fact that I can't play an evil character in a game could mean that maybe I got some kind of a problem. I don't know. That I feel guilty about it. doing evil things in a game could be like it could be neurotic on my part to like 'cause it's not real, you know. Who's to say? But I don't think playing an evil character in a game means that you're evil in real life. There's lots of stuff you do in games you wouldn't do in real life. So I started with the Padawan, I can't remember the name, about finding the light side Sith and making connections with them. It's been a long time since I played. I think I got to level 40. Around level 40, 42. It's possible I started some of that stuff, but let's see. True Pain is having fun playing the Empire, then being forced to become rebels due to no decision of my own. Oh, Battlefield. Battlefront 2. I wouldn't go outside in real life, but I don't mind wandering wilderness in a game. See, there you go. See? Okay. No. Did I? No, I didn't actually. All I did is upgrade one of my skills. It's still on my bar, though.
Well, what say you? Just name it, sir.
Wait a minute. Was
Come again.
Was somebody hurt already? No, it looks like we're all in good shape. Okay. Get back up that road. And this was the castle we went to before. Should I take the shortcut through here? Just as long as I don't run into that dragon again. I think there's a shortcut to be had.
I'll take that.
What's all this?
This looks interesting.
Your father loves it. I've actually been enjoying the outside here a lot. That's one of the main things I've been happy about moving up here is being able to like being able to walk in real forests. Because for the most part, I associate forests with like fantasy games, but they're not places that for most of my life I've been able to actually go to. And now I can like walk to one. Okay, there's that asshole dragon. Don't go to the dragon. I'm hugging this lake right now real hard. Nope, I hear him. Just a man. Oh, what's up, man? Happy Valentine's Day.
If we keep to the shallows,
I guess it's probably, for a lot of people, it's no longer Valentine's Day. Gotta call it a night. Perfect. Alright, it's good to have you in here. Have a good night. Thank you for being here. It's good to see you again. All of my streams right now are bonus streams, so I still don't have a regular schedule. So I'm happy that so many people show up when I just randomly do these things, because I never know who's gonna. I know no one's necessarily looking for me at any point. I have been trying to. I think about them more on Thursdays, because Thursday is my regular day, but it's by no means like a formal thing right now. Wait a minute, where are... Oh, I cut all the way like this. I should have cut... Oh, well. We're gonna have a bunch of fighting to do up here.
it would be a grand place for sightseeing, were it not for the monsters.
Valentine's. You look for me every day, Brad? Yeah, it's Thursday is the day that I'm more likely to do it. What's this? I didn't notice this treasure chest here before.
This looks interesting.
Because I'm running.
A hobgoblin arisen. Be wary.
I'm running away like alongside the road, but I'm running in such a way as that to avoid a lot of combat, because you just everything respawns. So you go through an area again, and you got to kill everything. You know, sometimes you just want to get where you're going.
Let's have a look.
No more couple stuff making you feel bad.
Visibility is poor. Stay on
A
guard.
hobgoblin arisen. Be wary.
Alright, come on, guys.
I'll take this. I'll take that.
Come on.
Silence the hornblower.
I'm on my way.
No, come on, guys.
I'm on my way.
Leave the hobgoblins alone. They're more scared of us than we are of them. Alright. took your mother for dinner. That's cool.
We're here. It is known as the Shadow.
A lot of girls in your classes that you like. You found out 99% of them have boyfriends. Wow. Must be a lot of girls for being 99% that you like, because that means that it has to be at least 100. So yeah, it's a complicated thing. I'm glad if there's 99% of them have boyfriends, then you have to have at least 100 girls that you like. Because if there's less than that, 99% could not be an accurate number unless some of them had partial boyfriends. Then I guess you could. Oh, nice, Justin, man. That game looks really nice. I still need to play the first two. I have them. And I've got the Redux versions too. All right, let's see what's what with these guys.
Judging from his fine armor, that man is likely to be the captain.
Well met, sir. I take you for the Arisen.
I am the Arisen.
Sir Maximilian informed us of your coming. By your leave, I would ask you spearhead our force here.
Yeah.
Our tactics are as such. We aim to strike from the front gate, but lack the time and means to batter down the doors. I ask that you pass through the hole you see there, and lay open the gate from within. I cannot say what may await you within. The danger is great, but
I remember this place being really hard.
Let's look for a way underground.
I died a lot.
I've learned what to do in this quest.
Wait, who? Okay, she's got something to say.
We'd best check the grounds to know what to do next.
All right. Does he have anything else to tell me?
I ask you enter through that hole and lay open the front gate to our charge, Arisen.
Okay, he's telling me there's a hole.
I cannot say what may await you.
Okay. This hole.
There's a way down here.
Yeah.
It'll be easier going, searching in this area now.
Is there any other way in there? I can't just climb up the wall, can I? I can climb monsters. Nope. Okay. I think that hole is the way to go. I should stop sprinting. Hey, look at this, guys. I've been streaming for like 2 hours and I'm actually playing game too.
There's a way down here.
I'm such a good streamer. So I got this down. I'm really good at this. Oh!
Stay wary!
Look at that.
What's this?
I have played a lot of game, Brad.
Leave it to me.
Well, this is a game that I'm actually into. Like, when I play Lord of the Rings, I'm usually not into, like, oh, I'm super into the questing. I'm just more into, like, being in Middle-earth. But in this game, I've been playing it and actually into all the questy bits. Oh, hello.
I'll take that.
Anyone else? All right. Let's wreck this place up and take all their crap.
This looks interesting.
Pickaxe.
We must find a way to open the gate.
You being a good streamer has never been in doubt. Well, see, here's how I feel. I don't necessarily think I'm a great streamer, but I think I'm likable to enough people that people have kept coming back. But not necessarily because, objectively speaking, I'm really good at this. I don't think I'm awful at it, but, you know, like the whole thing where normally I either I'm into the game and I can't keep up with chat, or I'm sort of keeping up with chat, but not the game. Or, as mostly is the case, I'm not really keeping up with the game or chat. I'm just kind of half-assing both. That's how I feel like really good streamers are better at that sort of thing on a technical level.
A device to open the gate.
And me losing track of talking to chat and losing track of time for like half hour at a time without playing. That doesn't seem like pro streamer to me. That's that seems like just a dude that just, I'm just having fun, but I'm not necessarily good at what I'm doing. I'm just enjoying. I'm just having fun with it.
Door assigned. We best proceed with caution.
The stream's kind of niche. See, that's exactly. That's how I feel. Because if it weren't kind of niche, it would have gotten really big, and then it wouldn't be niche. Pretty much everyone that hangs out here probably wouldn't be hanging out here anymore. Whoa, hello.
Even in numbers, a weakling is a weakling still.
Oh, I thought there was one down there.
Perhaps that
The switch is only Let's search the cottage. Did it! Strength in numbers arisen.
All right. Things that are niche are good sometimes. I agree. Let me see. Can I get up here? Yeah. A Cyclops fail. What the hell is that? The helmet? Bronze helmet wrought with the visit of a Cyclops. Built to withstand frontal assaults. Okay, so it's not... Oh god, okay. See all that stuff over there?
This looks interesting.
There's like a bunch of goblins and a couple giant ogres. And they killed me over and over. And I think there's someone...
The switch is only useful to us
the missing part.
There's someone throwing like fireballs at you or something over there. Let me see. Hold on a sec.
Perhaps that opens the door? It looks incomplete.
Oh. Okay, so we're supposed to find a lever.
What's that?
To open up the gate. That's
this
right.
looks interesting.
Griffin Strategy Volume 1. Oh, do we learn that? We fought Griffins a couple times now, so it's possible. Where is it? Wait, did someone else grab it? Maybe Mandy grabbed it. Here it is. Oni took it. We have gained knowledge of Griffin fight. Oh, I got a Nintagus raid. Let me see, do I have the raid button set up still?
45 seconds of gameplay.
Hold on. There it is. Welcome, guys. Hello, Nintagus, and hello, Jeff, and hello, Ryler D. Welcome, guys. Nice to see you. Happy Valentine's Day if you're living either in Mountain Time or West Coast, or maybe you live in Hawaii. Aside from that, most of the world is no longer Valentine's Day. But welcome, guys. Thank you so much for the raid. I have been very much not part of the YouTube gaming community for the last couple of months, but I am trying to maintain a little baseline presence here. So about once every couple weeks, I've been popping in and doing streaming for a couple hours. Oh, I just realized it's after 10 o'clock. That's one of the things about this apartment that I'm in now is after 10 o'clock, I think I need to get quiet. Or so. But doing pretty good, Nintendo. Just getting adjusted here. I've been working, looking for work. I'm looking for a new job, but I'm also doing my old work, and I've been doing a lot of it. And just generally been enjoying. We did a big move, so that's why we moved from Los Angeles to Portland, Oregon.
I've learned a new way to fight there, Real.
I've learned the contents of this
I've only
book.
recently started actually getting back into playing a game.
Perhaps that
I've been
opens the door.
wanting to get
It
into
looks
a game.
incomplete.
Gotta jump
The
across.
switch is only useful to us whole.
We'll need
Let's
the
search the
missing part
cottage.
to make use of the switch.
He says, let's search
look around.
the cottage. What cottage? Okay, good. Ooh. Oh, he's down. There, now he's down. All right. Okay, now see the people over there are shooting at us. And like, if you're not super careful, if you're not constantly, oh god, is this it? If you're not constantly moving, those things will mess you up. Get over there. Can I ballista them back? Well, the thing is, if I take the time to stop and get onto a ballista, I don't even know if I can, first thing, but, you know, I'll try it. Because now that I remember, it is those guys that made this so hard. Oh gosh. Ah! Oh, can I shoot there? I didn't realize I could shoot their stuff out of the air. Maybe if I'd realized this last time I played, I would have died a gajillion times. But I don't seem to be hurting them over there. Oh, there we go. Do they keep coming out? Now can I shoot these guys now? If I could just wipe everything out from up here, then... Because I think when I played this before, I killed everything on foot. Okay, I'm gonna have to pause. Thanks, Serious Al, because obviously I remember playing this and dying over and over and over again for hours when I played this a couple years ago. Yeah, I think I did. They did announce they're putting this on the Switch, Natages. Right-click, explosive shot. Really? Okay, come on.
Just disarmed for now.
Okay, come on. Okay, I was pushing the wrong button. Oh, that... Yeah.
It's falling. No, attack!
That's nice. Oh, here comes the other one, though. Is the explosive thing worth it, though? Or because the other one fires a lot faster.
No, attack!
Or chaos. Come on. Late intended. Hello, beautiful. Well, I need to be quiet because I keep forgetting. My wife has warned me. After 10, what she calls my radio announcer volume voice is not appropriate in our new apartment because we used to live in apartments that was made of brick and steel and concrete, and no one else could hear us. But now we live in a modern apartment. And for the last 30 to 40 years, apartments have been made with increasingly paper-thin walls. Come on. Man, this is really... I think we're gonna do this. Is that one? No, I think he just fell down. He's still alive. Did PewDiePie really get kicked out of an apartment for being noisy? It doesn't surprise me. I figure with the money he makes, he'd live in a house now. He probably bought a house up, like, on top of the mountain where nobody could hear him. Monstrous raid! What? I'm surprised people even still remember who the hell I am on YouTube anymore. We're getting raided. Welcome, guys. And there's 7. Hello, Kamikaze Musume. And Blaze the Elemental Eevee. And Zomori. William Thompson. Welcome, Raiders. Wow, I'm so good at this game that I can even read chat.
Talons of justice!
William Thompson has become a law hawk. Oh no, he's pissed. He's coming. Hey, what are you doing? Get off. Nope. Nope. This was not part of my plan. Is he gonna come up? Is he gonna climb up this thing? And hello, Renee! I'm glad you like my little sub-notifier. Alright. Oh, hey, get up, get back on there. Okay, so let me bitch tactics my way through this thing. You guys caught me in the middle of an intense combat. But I feel like I played this game a couple years ago, and I didn't realize that you could make good use of this ballista. Oh, thank you for the sub, Renee. You have become a law hawk. Is he dead? I think he's dead. Can I knock down these buildings? Probably not. Alright, you little assholes. You little goblins. Eat this. Oh, I can't. I could probably take the goblins out without too much trouble. There's another one right there. Oh, it's Monster Matt. Welcome. Accidentally closed your Firefox. Hey, I do all sorts of pro things. My classic move, which the only person who was here at the point is he went to bed already. But my classic move is when I start my stream, I do like an intro sequence where I play usually a trailer of whatever game I'm playing, and while I have that going, I turn my mic off so I can sit here and like drink stuff and blow my nose and cough or whatever, clear my throat, whatever I'm gonna do, and then when I go to my actual welcome screen, I'll forget to turn my mic back on. And so this time, I think when this stream started, I talked for about a minute and a half before someone was like, Mike? It's my classic. Yeah, Area Style knows all about my mic mutes. And all the regulars here know. My mic's on right now. I can tell it's on now. Shut up. But thank you so much for the raid, Matt. It's very much appreciated.
This is a fight best avoided, Master.
Avoided?
Make them a threat.
No, these guys are bitches. We're gonna clean now that they don't have those ogres coming after us.
What's this?
We're taking down all their asses. They cannot stand up to us.
I grant you fire's blade.
Oh wow. My companions are killing him too.
Did it?
You ever fear where you'll be sitting on the intro screen listening to our music and someone types, Matt, we can hear you typing. I think my favorite one was
Look!
Oh my god.
Challenge of justice!
Hey Blaze the Elemental Evie, thank you so much for the sub. Oh. I forgot, can I go? Well, there's no crouching. I was like, can I go sneak into this hole? But I don't think I can. I had prepared when I hit 1,000 subs, I was not using webcam at that point. And I had prepared and people had never seen me on video. I'd flashed like photos of myself before on stream, but no one had ever seen me like in a moving picture capacity. And so I had prepared a thank you video that I was going to play when I hit 1,000 subs. And so when I was at around 950 or something, and I got a massive raid from Game Dojo. And over the course of about 5 minutes, I went from that 950 and I hit over 1,000. I got a ton of subs. And so I had a totally packed room. There was like over 100 people, and it's like probably the most I've ever had in a stream at one time. And Game Dojo was there, and so I set this video to go, and I muted my mic, right? And so then I'm sitting there, and for some reason I like had a lot of like phlegm in the back of my, like I just need to like clear out. And so I muted and I played the video, and I'm like doing all this like all those loogie type noises. And it turned out that I pushed I muted the wrong track, and I'd actually muted the thank you video. And so all it was just like complete silence. This video is playing in complete silence, and there's sounds of me like making really gross loogie sounds right into the microphone. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's still back there somewhere. Oh my gosh, I totally forgot about that. I hadn't thought about that in like a year, because that was a while ago. Yeah, it was an intense raid. I mean, that raid was so...
No choice but to scale that ladder.
It was so...
What's that?
Exciting. Like that I had to stop for a second and just breathe. Like I was like, hold on for a second, guys. And at the time I wasn't using a cam. So I just turned the microphone off and just sat there and was like... Because you know when you guys come in, I try to say hi to everyone. I'm like, hey, you know, Renee, and hey, welcome, Seven, and Monster Matt, and... I try to acknowledge everyone that comes in, and that's no different when I get a raid of 100 people. I try to say hi to each and every single one as they come in, and I ended up getting like names, and I started getting lightheaded. So I actually had to pause just to stop and breathe and wait for the tingly sensation to come out of my head. All right, I can't see anything. Let me get my lantern out. Should pull up the Tux photo. Yeah, I think I got that. Let me see. I still have that photo. Yeah. So this was for the first year and a half of my channel. This is the only thing anyone ever saw of me, was this photo. And so this was my joke was that this is how I looked all the time. That whenever I was streaming, I was always wearing a tuxedo, and I always had a very impressive collection of leather-bound books behind me at all times. Anyways, so that's... Yeah, Yuri Estelle, you've been around since almost the beginning. A lot of people remember that picture. That's all the people ever saw from me. And now that's I have my sponsor badge hierarchy. Or I guess they're memberships now, but you can set it so depending on how long people have been sponsors or members, they'll work their way up the ranks, and the 1 year as you can see, Nick's got his right there. This is the Golden G Law, and that's based off of. Let me see. Yeah, that's that. I used that picture to create the Golden G Law. Yeah, one day someone will own the coveted Golden G Law. What do you mean? What do you mean by that? Anyways, but yeah, so that picture has pulled double duty on a lot of things. Now I gotta turn off the sponsor bat. Okay, there we go. "45 seconds of gameplay. 45 seconds of gameplay." That's specifically created because I spend so much time talking that people become surprised when I actually play game. That was the purpose of creating that. So, okay, I specifically made it for I think for XCOM, because I was like, there are times where I'm just gonna need to focus and think about what I'm doing and not look at chat. And so I just wanted to warn everyone that I'm gonna spend at least 45 seconds. I might not look at chat at all. So this is 45 seconds of gameplay. And yes, I sang and recorded that myself. That's all original G-Law. I want one more time, but I want to. 45 seconds of gameplay. Okay. That's some good stuff right there. Alright, let's see if we can get that, find that lever to open up that gate. Now we can open that up. Significantly less surprising than what my sister caught yesterday. I don't know. I don't know if I should even ask what you're talking about, because it sounds like she walked in on something she shouldn't have. Is that what you're? I don't know, dude. I don't even want to have that conversation. Oh, did she caught? Oh, hold on. Oh my God, Eeriest Owl. You know what? I was worried it was taking a turn for the worse, but it turns out the most amazing thing that's happened in this entire stream. Everyone, hold on. Eeriest Owl, sister caught a lizard. That's, you know what? That's amazing. It's amazing. I would think everyone, let's take a moment. Let's all take a moment. Let's take a moment and just reflect on that. It's good. It's really good. Lizards are really cool. I agree, Matt. Lizards are really cool. Eeriest Owl, thank you so much for sharing that story. And I think we had the most viewers of the whole night right now, and it was the perfect time so we could share that story with as many people as possible to have that come out. And I'm sure everyone is going to walk away from the stream touched by that little bit of knowledge of what happened in your life that's really inspiring to us all. Thank you, Eeriest Owl. 45 seconds of gameplay.
Goblin!
Yep, we're making these people our fishes. Where are the other ones? Oh, is there another port crystal?
I brought you fire's blade.
Sweet. How heavy are those things anyways? Oh, they're a little bit heavy. That's okay. I can carry them. Story touches you in ways you never expected. That's an area style. Thank you so much. Thank you. And thank you for being so open about that. He says, you're welcome.
I shall restore your health.
This makes it all worthwhile.
This should allow us to open the front gate. The lever to open the gate, perhaps?
I think all of my decision to start being a streamer and everything, it just all led up to this moment. Thanks, Area Style. Thank you so much. Wait, did we find a lever? I wasn't paying attention.
'Tis a tangled knot of paths inside. Best we prepared well.
I think I need to go back. I wasn't paying attention to what we were picking up. Yeah, that's an inside joke that's evolved. It's evolved over the last couple of months. In fact, I think it first came up when I was talking with Nintagus. I don't know if Nintagus is still here. He raided right before you did, and it came up in the context of talking about streamer burnout and how it can be hard to sometimes you just had enough, or you're not feeling it or whatever, and you end up like, it's like it can start feeling like work, where stuff's getting on your nerves. It's not as fun as you would like it to be. Wait, can I not go through these little? I really want to go through there, but apparently I can't. All right. Oh, Nintagus, you are still there. I just know whenever I raid, I'm usually tired as hell, so I often don't stick around. Like, I'll raid, I'll hang out for a couple minutes, and then I'll just kind of, usually I'll get something to eat, and then I'll kind of vanish. Let me see, was there something over here too?
Shall we climb up and survey the area?
Well, I can't see Jack, so what's the point of climbing up? Oh, you're coughing? I'm sorry. Oh, your style. But yeah, so the example I gave was like, when you're in the right mood to stream,
you can open the gate.
There are things that, if you're in a bad mood, to get on your nerves, that if you're in the right mood, you can actually appreciate. And the example I gave is like, if you just get like random kids come in, and they'll come out of nowhere with just some sort of random like thing that to them is like, oh, it's just this neat thing that they thought of, that it's not necessarily all that interesting to you, or has anything to do with anything that's happening in your stream, or with anything that anyone else is talking about. But they'll just come out with this kind of like, my sister caught a lizard, like, just to share. And so if you're in like streamer burnout mode, your inclination, you might still be cool to them, but inside you might be thinking like, why are you filling my chat with that? I have a hard enough time keeping up with chat as it is, to not have it filled up with some garbage, some irrelevant whatever. If you're in a bad mood, that might be how you look at a comment like that. But if you're in the oh, hey, Princess Unicorn, and hello, Nightmare. But if you're in a good kind of mood, you can look at something like that as like, hey, it's flattering that you look at it like what's really happening. You stream and like people come and watch you because people like want to hang out with you, and that even kids come in and they're telling you that story because they have something interesting that they want to share, because they hope they'll tell you and that you'll think that what they said is interesting. It's like it's a form of like honoring you a little bit, that the fact that they want to share that with you. So that's where if you're looking at it from a not pissy mood point of view, that's where it comes from. But ever since I brought up that example, we've been really playing up the whole someone will say my sister caught a lizard, and and I'll really just stop the whole show and talk about how awesome it is that they shared that story. And we had like Nick made a meme and posted it on Twitter, and yeah. Anyways, okay, you got to be up for him, right? Well, I mean, if it's just if it's just like a one-liner, it's not like it's gonna take up your whole chat. But sometimes you're just like, someone will just want to share something that's just like, why are you talking about that here? The problem is you can't fake it. You just respond with something smarmy like, I'm fine. How nice of you to ask. So, well, I can generally be... Because there are times that, especially if you know, like, you might go into a stream knowing you're not really in a good mood. Like, you may be not in a shit mood, but you know you're not feeling patient for whatever reason. Maybe you've had to put up with a lot that day or whatever it is. And so I know I have a certain ability to, to recognize like that I'm reacting on a gut level, like why the hell is this kid, and then realize like, okay, I need to keep it. I might not encourage the continuing of like the conversation about my sister caught a lizard, but I'm not gonna like go after the kid or anything for it. And then there are times on occasion where if I'm in a bad mood and someone's really trying to push my buttons, I've lost my shit a little bit from time to time. That didn't happen too much, but it was happening a lot last year. That's why I ended up taking a break for like a few weeks, like a month or so, because I was getting burnt out, and like I was actually starting to get pissed at people. Let's see. I like lamp. Do you really like lamp, Maxie, or did you just see a lamp? It's the randos out of the blue that make your head spin. Yeah, if it's someone that hangs out, yeah. So, I mean, the stuff that really would get on my nerves is if it's like that used to happen a lot more. Or maybe when I had more traffic coming in from like people like Dojo, but it's like kids are like, say my name, shout me out, look at my channel, blah, 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 all this stuff. Like that sort of thing still, like I will end up not having a lot of patience for it. My sister's very concerned about being wasteful. She killed a chicken the other day. Made full use of its part. Your sister ate a gizzard? Oh wow, Nick. And thank you for providing that context. That's actually very interesting. The kid that came in reciting countries in alphabetical orders, and I said, could you not? They just kept... Well, see, that's the sort of thing, those people get timed out. Like, there was someone that came in when I was playing Skyrim, and they were just copying and pasting quotes from notable characters in Skyrim over and over again. And at first I'm like, oh yeah, that's so and so. Yeah, he said that. That's sure did. And then he kept doing it, and I'm like, all right, I saw where you're doing it first, but maybe that's enough, because it's like he was taking up huge chunks of text, and then he did it one more time and he got timed out. So then I think he came back and his feelings were all hurt. And anyways. Oh, wait, Maxie, is it really your birthday? or are you just imitating a kid that needs attention? I'm pretty sure there's a few kids that have come in here multiple times claiming it's their birthday because they know I'll sing them happy birthday. Okay, Frank. I don't know. Maybe it really was his birthday and it just happened a year apart and I forgot. Oh God, Nightmare. Yeah, that's the kind of thing too. Like people will talk about they'll bring up something real serious and then you're like, oh God, you don't want to just be like, oh shit, man, that sucks. Well, gotta move on. Okay. But at the same time, you also don't want to... People aren't here for that. That's not what that's not what a place like this is for. It's not for people to come talk about things like that. Oh, is there pipe cock? No, only under very special circumstances, Barbara. You know what you need to do to get some pipe cock. Oh, did I get it? I turned it on. Okay. Oh,
the advantage is ours. Let's put these beasts to rout.
Now, we must rout the beasts for good. After me, man.
I think I already killed all the goblins. Okay, well, I guess Nick was able to summon some pipe cock. Because that is, in fact, pipe cock emoji. Available only to members. Those special custom emojis. Alright. Things are pretty nuts. Things are pretty nuts up in here. No, I didn't want to do that.
I grant you fire's blaze. A wounded one now, strike! It ends. Keep the numbers. Three goblins feel like fire.
People say nice hair. My dog is looking at your screen and you just bark. That's what they say? Or did you just suddenly in the middle of your sentence be like, oh, my dog barks?
Take that.
Matt has someone enter Discord and post the entire Fitnessgram Pacer test prompt. Okay.
This looks interesting.
And a few people who would say hardcore serious stuff.
A goblin.
That's their old timers.
We must aid our allies.
Yeah, there's certain people that they'll say stuff because maybe they know you, they've known you for a while. Like there are a few people, like I think of Ava comes to mind. Ava's been hanging out here for a couple of years, and she's had some stuff happen. And then it's kind of like, okay, that's okay, because if someone is here and they've kept coming back, and you know that they're like an actual friend, and they're coming to you to talk about it because they consider you a friend, then that's a little different. But if just we got some random person comes in. Like one, I think it's the same guy. Someone would come in and start talking about how they're about to kill themselves, and they're just coming in to like to be talked into not killing themselves, and then they'll be haha, just joking.
Here now. Open up.
And those people get banned, I'm pretty sure.
That chieftain awaits beyond that warrant.
Yeah, you don't know if they're serious or what's
chance to win a
intended.
trophy worthy of your skill, sir.
Well, see,
Go,
Brad,
put them to the blade.
it's okay if Brad, if you, should we be hanging out with these dudes over here? Although Brad is remarkably not of people on YouTube. Brad, you're very much like not someone that brings a lot of your personal stuff in. It's not that you never talk about your personal life, but you're not someone that's like reporting on like all this sort of drama that's happening. Except when it's like when you have the neighbor kid wanders up to your door, some weird shit like that. We hear about that kind of thing. All right, what are we doing right now? Let me see if this guy's got something to say.
See, there is it. That chieftain awaits beyond that warrant. There's a chance to win a trophy worthy of your skill, sir. Go and put them to the blade.
Okay, so I guess we're supposed to go inside now. Is that the deal? And these are just maybe an infinitely respawning goblins.
We'll rout them in a single charge. Goblin, take my fire.
You would have banned Nick a long time ago? Oh no, when you're talking about Yeah. No, that was quite all right. Because sometimes, like I feel like we make real friends here. We do make real friends here, and so. But like one thing, Nick, is we've talked offline or out of stream a few times, and it seems like that's when we've had more communication about that stuff. I mean, not that you never bring it up in my chat, but wow, okay. But it seems like more of the talking happened elsewhere.
I'll take that.
Anytime.
So you try to never bring a person into the stream because it kind of makes me feel like you're bringing the mood down. Only those you're close with are DMs. So, and yeah, in general, it's the sort of thing where, you know, I've done it before too, where if I'm down or something's bugging me, and I wouldn't do it in any old place, but there are places that I could go that, especially like the way that my streams often are, where, you know, there's 10 or 15 people, and there's maybe usually at any given time between 5 and 10 active chatters. It's not like my streams seem super crowded most of the time, and everyone knows each other, so it's like, yeah, it's okay to bring something up. But also, like, if I bring it up, I don't want the whole stream to start talking like that's what we're going to be talking about for the next, you know, 20 minutes or something. But like, and we had some, like, my dad passed away last year, and I had a whole stream where I was kind of talking about that. Like, the day he died, I streamed, and it was something that I needed, you know. I wanted to feel like I was around friends when it happened, so I streamed. And then after that, I didn't stream for, it was a lot I was dealing with, and I just streamed for a few weeks. But okay, whoa!
They're a threat when we're unified.
Okay, this is kind of getting a little bit intense here. So if I'm missing your comments, I do apologize. Especially since we started talking about, you know, personal stuff. We started having like a real conversation about real stuff. Okay, come on. I'm not even hurting this guy at all. Here, hit him in the ass. There we go. I'm sorry. I know. Hey, King. I know your comment. Oh, am I liking the Oregon weather? You know what, King? I was actually pretty disappointed that we did not have the snowpocalypse. We went to Winco. We waited in a quarter-mile long line to get groceries last Friday, thinking we were going to be trapped in our house for the next week. And then, like, most of the weekend it was sunny. We actually went out for a walk because it was like a nice day.
Snatch up any tusks you get free. I cannot breach his armor.
So, well, we're actually kind of glad though, because it turns out, like, where my wife works, they actually, when it's bad weather, they actually don't let the employees come in. And it turns out they don't get paid for that time off. So, and she found out later that, like, she's like, there's no way, if it's gonna snow for a week, there's no way I can just not get paid for a week. Wow, they're doing this. So they made arrangements for her to, like, if she can get in, she can work, even if it's out. And also, I think they just bought a new laptop for her that she can work from home too. And she does payroll, so she can vouch for her own hours. You got snowed in, Irgistal? That's Oregon for you. More weathermen lose their jobs than any other state. Let's see, did this guy drop anything good? Probably not. Okay, let's see if anyone's dropped anything. Rift Crystal, that's good. And this is where we came. This is where we came in. Okay. Oh, I think I can. Can I put away the? I probably put away the. Oh, the lantern needs new oil. Got so much oil. Getting a get decked raid. Oh my god. So much love. So much love today. There it is. Welcome, Raiders. Hello, Kathia. Hello, Brandy. Hello, Mr. Keen Decker himself. Hello, Candy B. Welcome, Raiders. Hello, Blossom. Thank you guys so much for the raid. I'm still, as you may have noticed, not streaming all that much these days after our move, and things are still a little bit crazy where I am. In fact, I'm usually asleep by like 8 or 9 these days, so this is really late for me. But I have been trying to, I've been trying to not let more than 2 weeks go at a time where I don't stream at all. Even if I can only stream for a couple hours. I just realized too, I keep forgetting that since we moved from an old building that was all like super thick construction where neighbors couldn't hear me, so I could like sing and shout and stuff till like 2 in the morning and no one would hear me. But now we're living in like a modern building. I'm pretty sure if I get too noisy, like people around can hear me being boisterous, so I gotta be careful after 10 o'clock is the official hours where you're supposed to not be noisy. But thank you so much for the raid, guys. So much love. That's right, Kink. Did you forget the second monitor situation? I bought a replacement monitor because the company, the movers lost, or I don't know what, they won't talk to me. They have a third-party company that handles claims. But my main monitor that I use for work and gaming and streaming and everything else, they failed to deliver, and the company itself won't answer like my messages and stuff. But they have a third party that, this is what's going to happen. The third party's whole job is to look at the contract and see how much they contractually owe you for losing your thing. And in the contract, after many pages and pages, there's one little thing that we ticked off that apparently, I don't know if we saved money by doing it, but it agreed that they'd only be liable, anything they lost, they're only liable for 60 cents per pound. Which means that my laptop, they're going to pay me they'll probably offer me $5 for a $150 laptop. So I'm a little pissed about that. So I did like I did some lawyery stuff, and with my claim, I also sent an extra message with like actual legit legal arguments as to why that clause is invalid and why I don't accept it, and why that I don't believe that by that being in the contract, that I was giving them permission to acquire my monitor for $5. That the outcome is ridiculous, and that I do not consent to them taking my valuable property for that price. So I have a feeling they're still just going to say, because that's what they've done the whole time. Every turn they would point out some little fine print in the contract and F us over. So I'm still bitter about these movers. Like, the original estimate was like $1,500. We ended up paying close to $3,000 because at every turn there's some little thing in the contract where it's like, oh, like the stairs, where most companies have a standard, oh, it's like $50 per flight of stairs, and there were 2 flights of stairs. And these guys were like, oh, it's like something you don't do the math when you're looking at the contract. It's too, you don't think in those terms. So it's like, it was something like 25 cents per cubic foot per 8 steps. And it turned out being almost $500 just for taking the stuff up the stairs. So anyways, I'm not happy with this moving company, but once they finally actually screw me and try to offer me $5 for my monitor, I'm probably not going to fight any further beyond this point. I just wanted to give him a harsh, let him know I'm a lawyer and I'm actually devoting some of my legal mind and legal analysis to attacking their contract. But if they don't want to settle on that, it's not worth $150. Not worth like taking them to court, especially from in an interstate point of view. Probably won't be worth it. But what I am going to do if they don't resolve it in what I consider to be a fair and equitable manner is I'm going to trash the shit out of them on the few moving rating forums that come up when you Google search the company. So that is something I'm going to do. And it won't be hearsay because it's all going to be true. The guys are like, they have this very insidious contract and they won't do a damn thing above and beyond what they're obligated to do. And any chance they get to jump on some fine print in that contract to like shove something up your ass, they'll do it. So anyway, now you see I'm all like worked up over these damn movers. Heck them up. How'd you find this company? I don't know. My wife, at the time, my wife was the one who was setting up the movers. I forget what I was doing. I was doing some other stuff, but she was the one that was setting up the movers. So she found them, and she found some reviews and said they sounded good. Now here's the thing: is after the fact, I looked up these reviews, and what I discovered is they flood these sites with reviews that are all written by the same person. They're all approximately 3 sentences long. They all say almost exactly the same thing, but with the words switched around a little bit. And so then I realized, and the only real reviews that weren't written by apparently this one person were people talking about how they were getting screwed by this company. And they would name like the specific people that we've dealt with. Oh, this person came and they did this, and they overcharged us, and they broke our shit, and they only gave us $5, and blah, 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 blah. So, anyways, yeah, it's really, once I saw all the fake reviews, once I examined it after I started having problems with them, that made me even more pissed. Where I just don't think, like, my bottom line is I gave him a legal argument about the monitor and said, I understand in your contract this is what you want. I do not recognize the validity of that clause because it's unconscionable and therefore unenforceable under California law. And I did not give you consent to take my shit. And I said, all that I want is to have fair compensation for your failure to live up to your contractual obligations to deliver the things that belong to me. And I don't think that's unreasonable. So, anyways, we'll see what happens. But I have a feeling it's going to be, they're going to use this third-party company. It's just going to get back to me. And they have 120 days, too. So they'll get back to me in 4 months or whatever that is and just be like, oh, they'll send you $6. It's like, whatever. I'm totally going off. Oh, Law Babble, you did an exam contract yesterday, so you're brain dead? Oh my gosh, law exams are the worst. Were you the one that was it in, I forget, was it Australia? Somewhere else you had a different law thing that you were doing? Unless I'm remembering totally wrong. I'm very glad to not have to do any more exams. I may eventually have to take another law, shit, what are those things called? The bar exam. I may have to take the bar exam where I moved. I really want to see if I can find a good job that uses my skills and pays me well without it, but we'll see what happens. If I have to take it, I'll take it. But oh my god, the bar exam's the worst exam ever. You can buy reviews? Oh, really? Oh, so these guys, is it cheap to hire someone to make a bunch of crap reviews? All the reviews said, they're all like, my friends told me about this company, and based on their great experience, I hired them. And they all sound like they're people it's like English as a second language. All sounds like the same person. Like if you're able to look at writing style, determine, it all looked like the same person wrote it. And they're like, and they were the best ever, and they made my move so much good, and it was so great, and I had the best experience, and I loved them so much. It was like this unrealistically glowing, they're so awesome, and they're so perfect, and they're so nice. They're so nice to me. Dark Jack! Late as F. Gonna practice law in Oregon, you might have a case against. Well, they're in California. They're based in California, so I can have a case against them. I could, and also if you're representing yourself, you don't have to have a you don't have to have a law degree. So even if it was, you just have to have a law degree, or not a law degree, a license. You only need a license if you're working for someone else. If you do all the stuff yourself, if you're gonna go pro per. All right, Iriasal. I see Iriasal seems to be leaving. I totally got wrapped up in my angry at the movers talk. My friend, customers paid per word, never got the price. They'd buy a 400-word blog. Well, these guys literally, like, there's like somewhere between 50 and 100 3 to 4 sentence reviews, which all essentially say the same thing, and then give them a 5-star rating. Let's see. You don't even law kink? So, well, the fact of the matter is a lot of situations like this, when you do have the knowledge, I mean, I guess you could do small claims, but for something like $150, honestly, like the time that I put into fighting it already and filling out the ridiculous claim process that this company requires, it's like, it was really time consuming. And then it would be like, oh, you didn't turn in the right format of the attachment, you need to do it all again. Like, just bullshit, wasting your time type of stuff. And then their website has a thing, so they'll ask for all this stuff you need to put together, and it'll be like, you need to have all the photographs of the damaged item, or all the receipts, or all the whatever, but it all needs to be combined into one item. And so I put them together, and I just put them into a zip, and then they're like, no, we don't take zips, so you have to do it all again. But anyways, and while you're putting this stuff together, after something like 5 minutes of inactivity, their web page, the whole page just closes itself. So you got to start all over again. And the whole thing is set up to make you have to do it over and over again. I got to where I wrote out all the answers to all the questions on a Word document so I could copy and paste it over again, because I had to keep doing it. But the fact of the matter is, if I was billing for my time that I put into that, I probably put about 4 hours into doing that. If you say if you hire an attorney to work on that stuff that much, you'd probably be somewhere in the neighborhood of $500 you'd be paying them to have spent that much time dealing with this company. And so, at the end of the day, you're talking about a $150 monitor. So, and again, it's the type of company that they know this. They know that they've basically effed you. They know that they've effed you. And they know it's not going to be worth it for you to really do anything about it. Unless somehow you can get a class action suit of a bunch of people they screwed in exactly the same way. But that's hard to coordinate. Nobody's perfect. I'll do 5 stars review here and then. Let me see. I law and I'm not even sure whether I was mentally stable when I signed up to law. They keep your money in dirty ways. You tend to ignore 1-star and 5-star reviews. I'm looking at something. I'll look at both of them, actually. And here's the thing: is if I look and there's a bunch of 5-star reviews, like one thing I see on Amazon a lot is there will be maybe a product that stops working after a couple months, and it's a problem. But when you first get it, it's great. So you get all these people that like, I just got this yesterday and I turned it on, it works perfect, I love it, it's wonderful, it's the best one I've ever had, blah, 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 blah. And so you'll have like 9 out of 10 reviews are 5 stars, but every 10th review is a 1-star. And if you start seeing the same thing over and over again, stopped working after 3 months, stopped working after 2.5 months. It worked for the first month and then it stopped. Then it's like, now I'm paying attention to and they're obviously written by different people. I can usually tell if it's written by different people. They're not just someone who's got a vendetta against the company. Anyways. But yeah, I wouldn't look at any one review as determinative. But let me see. I spend a lot of time looking at reviews when I buy something, too. Is this a multiplayer game? No. It's got some weird multiplayer adjacent things, like these guys, Oni and Angel, are characters created by other players that you can hire, and they can learn things while they're with you about quests and areas you take them, that when the next time that their people play the game, they'll be able to help them with that. So these weird, very unique kind of things, but in terms of actually playing with someone else, it doesn't happen. Knee-jerk reviews. Yeah, I mean, it's nice. I mean, it's nice to know. It's still helpful to know what someone's first impression is, but sometimes, you know, you need to. That's why I look at a lot of reviews. The only reviews I don't like, especially, are 1-star, and they're just like, it sucked. It's like, well, can you say a little more about why it sucked? It sucked. All right. But this game is okay. There's some problems. It's like, yeah. All right. Apparently, I'm continuing with the game.
Interesting.
Oh, wrong one. There we go.
5 seconds of gameplay.
Please elaborate of the suckage. Well, even people that like something, if they're just like, it's really good. It's like, well, you know, like I was looking at iPhone cases. My case after 3 years is starting to fall apart. But I was real happy with it, but they don't sell that case anymore. So, here we go. So I've been looking at new ones, and so you'll see like cases where, that's one thing I was talking about just now, the examples of everyone saying how great it is, looks good, fits great, whatever, affects my phone, I drop, but then they're like, some of the cases, there's this recurring problem of after 2 months, this part of the case starts detaching from the other part of the case. And you see numerous people having that exact same complaint. It's like, okay, that case may have a design problem.
Dad, you lot are finished. All the world finished. All will die.
Great.
The dragon comes.
Oh.
Humans want destruction too. Humans want a dragon. Welcome it. Kill each other. Kill all you like. The end is nigh.
Oh, it's gonna be like that, is it? Wait, did he just... It's showing that he's still there somewhere. Alright, well...
No, they hold the advantage.
Where'd he go? Was I supposed to stop him?
The beasts are fled and the hold retaken. Victory is ours.
Oh, no, I don't think so.
Victory! Victory is ours!
Yay! That's how you do it. When you're cheering. Yeah!
All glory to the Duke!
I've gained quest knowledge.
I've learned what to do in this quest.
So see now if the other people own those... Like in this game, Manda is my pawn. I created her. She's always with me. She levels with me. I can customize her. These other two, and then other people can hire her in their own game. Like she's still always with me in my game, but they can hire her and be like these other two are for me. So, but right now, after we finish this quest, all these guys start saying, "Oh, I know about that quest now." So if the guy that owns Oni starts this quest like next week or whatever he's playing, and Oni all of a sudden will have things to say like, "Oh, we need to look for the lever to open the gate, and it's down in that building over there," or whatever. I just like it because it's good. Let's see, to be fair, just enjoying hearing more elaborate and thoughtful opinions. Yeah. I mean, even just giving it 5 whatever stars you're gonna give it is helpful. But there's some, like, sometimes you'll look at reviews and, I mean, like, was it Nick that brought up, it's either 5 stars or 1 stars. I mean, it's, you know, it seems like it's almost like a binary system. If they like it, they give it 5 stars. If they don't like it, they give it 1 star. It's like, okay. All right, what's going on here?
Magnificent, sir. The hold is ours once more. I've sent word of your feats onto the capital. The Duke will be most pleased, as are we all. Pray, accept this token of our thanks in esteem arisen. Still, their number was too great. No such horde existed in days past. I fear it an ill omen of things to come. Pray, let it not be too late to stem this tide.
Was that the end of the... Wow. I got a lot of crap there. Oh, I'm all the way up to average weight capacity. Let's see. Oh my gosh. Okay. For a second I thought there was like the chat had lagged, but it was just a couple of comments. All of a sudden I thought like the whole page had filled up while I was looking away. Logitech mouse had a battery life up to 1 week. That's 1 week of somebody leaving it on and not using it. That's not good. Yeah. And I'm using a wireless Logitech mouse. And I use it a lot. And I'm going to replace the battery like once every 6 months or something. So it's pretty, I love this mouse. I've had it for a couple years now too. It's been nice. It's held together pretty well. Yeah, I do miss the star system on Netflix. Sometimes you like a movie 3 stars much. Now, see, that's a thing too that I'll pay attention to. Like, I tend to like a lot of horror movies, right? And so I've learned that a lot of the movies that come up as 3-star horror movies, I like. Like, a lot of times when you look at, if you go on Amazon and everything is 4.5 star average, and if something is 3-star average, you know, based on the way people review things, you know that that product's probably got some real issues, because that's a lot of people doing 1 stars to counter all the 5 stars there are. But something like horror movies, which is subjective, I found, like, it seems like the 3-star rating average is a pretty decent, I mean, it's probably a pretty decent movie. I probably like it.
Tis shut fast. How do you suppose we open it?
Well, I don't think the people that review those, some people do, but I think that people mean different things. Like 3 out of 5 is like 60%, which is considered a D in school. So it depends on how people are looking at it, you know? Just occurred to me, is there a way for me to get inside this little place? I think I can climb up there and jump down. Oh, and there's... Can I climb up this? If I fall, am I gonna die? Okay, I'm just, now I'm seeing those treasure chests. I feel like I just can't let them alone. You give this streamer 10 stars. Thank you. And then someone else would be like, he missed my comment. Negative 10 stars. It's like, wow. Guess I'm either the best streamer in the world or the worst one. Or both at the same time. Amazon's like 4 out of 5 stars. And 6, yeah. 6/10 on IMDb. It's funny that different communities have different things. Like if you look at a site like Rotten Tomatoes too, like the user scores are pretty relentless against a lot of movies. Okay, where was that? I've forgotten. I think it was right there. All right, come on. Okay, hold on. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Oh, okay, good. I was afraid I was going to break my legs or something. Cockatrice strategy. Oh, I didn't have that one either. Yeah, we're learning all sorts of useful stuff. Not the worst streamer. I seen one streamer on YouTube just sit and do nothing. Like he wasn't even playing a game. Was it just sort of like you just come in a stream, you just like this. And you're just like watching. You're like, okay, he's gonna do something. He just got a message. It's like 5 minutes later. Just like that. They're just smiling. Hey man, I don't know. Maybe that was some like real Andy Kaufman genius meta entertainment happening. Okay. Time to go up and jump down the other one. The old cockatrice strategy. When you fly up to someone and turn them to stone is the best strategy. One star. Well, what'll end up happening is they'll be like, oh, use ice. Or, you know, if there's something they're weak to, they may all of a sudden be able to tell you that. Or, like I think it was ogres. When they get into this frenzy mode, you basically can't hurt them anymore. And so they're like, oh, when they're frenzied, leave them alone. They just avoid them. Alright. Direwolf bow. Oh, can I not get back up? Alright, Oni. Get out of my way. Okay. See, look, I'm actually kind of good at this game. Isn't that pretty amazing? It's pretty good for me. Alright, how can I get down? Oh! Okay, oh, I'm still alive.
This looks interesting.
I'll take that.
Oh, sure, take the silver ring, why don't you? What was back here?
Holes dot the ground here.
Oh, there's something. You guys get away from this.
A hole? Dug by the goblins, no? Doubt it.
I thought I might have seen another pork crystal over here. What are we looking at over there? There's something clipping through. You guys, go over. Go over there.
Let me see.
It will be done.
Go over there.
What's that?
Okay, there's obviously nothing here to pick up. It's probably worth a lot of money. I'll take that. Well, I mean, you end up getting it all in the end. It's just if there was something you're like, oh, I want to take a look at that. Now all of a sudden you gotta go through 2 extra menus. Wait a minute. Is there a door here? Okay, I can get out this way. But I want to see what's down here. Or is this another one of those things where apparently if you could crawl in this game, you could get through there, but you can't, so.
This looks interesting.
Yeah, a guy I played with, we were discussing divvying loot. No one wanted something. He'd want to take it to sell it. That's well, that's like in World of Warcraft. They had a setting for that, wasn't it? Like, well, I think they changed it all up now. But before, there was all the different settings. You changed loot, and you had to say need or greed. Do they still do need or greed? I don't group that much anymore in World of Warcraft. And need was if the character that you're currently playing right now will be able to make good use of it right now, it's need. And if it's any other reason that you want it, it's greed. Oh. Nah, I don't need to do anything else with that rock. Man, I let the whole nother day go by. Not neat or green anymore. It's like Diablo. Everyone has their own loot. Yeah, that's what it seems like. Well, I remember before it was just this huge. Can you still ninja loot chests, other people's chests, though? I think you can still do that. And ninja loot their resources. Like if there's a metal node you want to get, and you have to fight something to get to it, and while you're fighting it, someone runs past you and mines the node and then runs away. That used to piss me off. Let's see if we can get back to that encampment. I wouldn't mind throwing down a port crystal there. I don't think I can rest here. In fact, I want to check, though. No, there wasn't anyone to rest with. This seems like this would be a good place to be able to rest. But I want to go to that encampment and leave a port crystal there, because that's another place you can teleport to get, like, skill and banking services. Chests, yes. Nodes, no. It'll still say, oh, okay, I didn't know that, Nick. I think resource nodes are per player now. Professions. I think the only reason well, you can still sell a little bit in that game, can't you? I'm pretty sure I still was able to sell resources. But it's not like it was before. And hey, Mike, how you doing? Happy a few hours after Valentine's Day. Well, actually, it's still Valentine's Day where I am, but just about everyone else is not. My God, I might actually go till midnight tonight. This is so late for me right now. I'm so tired. I think when I get back to this camp, if I can make it back to this camp, I'm gonna call it a night. It's like I've been saying that I've been usually started to get sleepy around 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. I'm usually in bed by 9 and asleep by 9:30 or 10.
Tis known as the Shadow Fort.
So this is really late for me.
By the looks of it, tis a grand and sturdy fortress.
Going out at night is supposed to be really dangerous. I rarely do it.
The Duke could stand to commission some new roads.
I like it's got this sort of really chill, pretty music playing now. Just like the night music here.
Visibility is poor. Stay on guard.
I'm just gonna hug this wall over here.
The ranged ones are mine. Watch they don't blind you.
Nope, come on guys. Don't mess around with the goblins. It's time to go. We gotta go.
Their simple prey once hobbled.
You still coming? Come on. Amanda, come on. Don't play with the goblins. Follow me. I don't want to be fighting stuff in the dark if we don't have to. They'll despawn a minute or two later. Okay. Interesting. Oh no. Stay off the road. All the goblins are hanging out up the road. This game is like, nighttime is legit dark and legit dangerous. At least that's the reputation.
Seems this place has never been.
You're doing good. You're doing voice acting. Oh my gosh. Can you talk about it at all? I mean, just briefly, like what you're doing it for? Is it like, are you doing commercial ads or?
Monsters arisen, ready yourself!
Oh shit.
The tail is severed. Their cold blood cannot abide us. Chase it.
Alright, come on, guys.
I'll take that.
Probably have to do a little bit of fighting over here. You guys still coming?
Very well. On my way.
I'll go at once.
I'll serve as bait. Strike the tail.
The tail is severed. Give it a taste of ice.
Insolence.
Soak the bone.
It's tail. There you go.
The tail is severed.
Yeah, the sort of you have like a character level and a vocation level. And so the vocation level is what actually gives you access to more advanced skills of your character class and skills and perks, basically. And when you level up your character, that's when you gain like health and stat increases. And what stats
I'll serve as bait.
go
Strike
up
the tail.
when your character levels depends on what vocation they are at the time, because you can switch between them. There you go.
Take that.
Now, cleave the tail from its body.
The tail is severed.
Nice.
Anytime.
56 episode 3 animated series about the New Testament. You got the part of Luke. Oh, that's cool, man. That's really cool. So, how have you done that sort of thing before, or is this your first time, or is that like something you do?
It looks
I know a job like that is almost all freelance if you do it for a living.
Stay on your guard.
But that's
master.
really cool, man. I'm
We
happy to
journey
hear
through
that.
goblin
That sounds like neat work. Hate it when I'm reading a book and half the pages are missing. The tail is severed. Is your first part you auditioned? That's exciting, man. That's really exciting. That's cool. How are you liking it?
Those men's posts serves.
All right, let's put down a port crystal. Can I just put one down here right in the middle of camp? Here it is, these guys. Port crystal, and then I can pick it up and take it anytime if I want to, but okay, and I'm gonna keep one with me so that when I'm adventuring whatever, I don't need to run back to town. I can plant the thing down and use it to teleport back to the capital, do whatever I need to do, and then teleport back. You didn't know where you're gonna get one of the largest parts. Awesome. I do all my lines here at home with a microphone they recommended. Oh, cool. Okay. And so, but then that's your microphone. So you'll have the right equipment for if you get more jobs too. So that's really cool, man. I'm really happy for you. I was gonna ask if they paid for it, but then I was like, no, I don't think that's how it works. Like, I've known people that done voiceover work, and they invested a pretty good amount of money to create kind of a home studio, and it's sort of like streaming, you know. It's like you sort of gotta provide for yourself. I mean, you get paid for doing jobs like that, and you can use that money that they pay you to invest in, you know, like an area of your home, do like soundproofing or whatever else you might end up doing. But that's really cool, man. Okay, I need to get out, even though I know I used to always go till midnight, but my only aim when I do these streams now, until I get a real schedule set up, my only aim is to make it until 10, and I tend to go past 10, but this is like 2 hours past my bedtime right now. This is super late for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the heck out of this. Go to the thank you screen. I know, I'm almost 30 minutes out, but it's the sort of thing at this point where it's like, I need to just look for, like, if I'm in a game and there's stuff going on, I gotta look for like a natural break and just take it there, because normally I'm asleep by now. I'm already, some nights I've already been asleep for 3 hours by now. So, I don't want to screw with my sleep pattern that much. I can't really do that right now. I can't really do that because I have to be sort of like ready for anything in the morning. It's good to see you too, Mike. Thank you, Nightmare. Thank you for hanging out. I have a feeling this is you're playing the game more. It kept you up longer. You got a good chance. I did. I got a lot. I feel like this is a pretty good stream for, like, in terms of just streams, like, as opposed to the last, like, doing Lord of the Rings where I just take a run around the tree, which is cool too. I mean, mostly I'm here to hang out, but I feel like I did a lot of hangout too, and I got to play the game because I've been legit into that game for the last couple weeks. Let's see, all good. Well, thank you, and thank you for the raid, Contagious. Thank you, and Monster Matt. I imagine Monster Matt's gone by now. Contagious, you're really one of those people that you when you come into another stream, even if you might be quiet, but you still stay there to the end a lot. And certain streams I do that too, where I've done that in your streams where I'm doing other things and I'll have you up because you're kind of a chill streamer. Like I like enjoy being in your streams. They feel very like kind of low key, and you got you have a very calming way about you. I don't know, I like. So anyone who's not subbed to Contagious, take that as a recommendation. Have one or two things you did. I feel like you did more this time. You still kept up with everyone. Well, I know I must have missed a lot of comments, but I would look every now and then, and I was almost constantly responding or engaged or discussing stuff. But I think my worst enemy is when I get on a tangent, like even worse than the gameplay is like when someone brought up the movers and I probably spent 20 minutes going off about the movers. I think that's when I tend to miss the most comments. Missing comments is expected. Yeah, you're a pretty hard lurker. No, I know how it goes, man. You know what? I got so much love tonight. Why don't I... Usually when I'm tired like this, I don't like to raid because... Well, a lot of times at this point, when I'm wrapping up a stream, I'll only have 5 people or something, and I'm like, I don't know. Because then after the thanks for watching screen, I'll hang out for another half hour, and slowly a lot of people just bleed off. Let's see who's on right now. We do us a little raid. Always like that about you. You interact with. Oh, I try to make it that it's more of a social thing. It's more that you're coming in here because you know I'm going to talk to you. that's the appeal. Rather than obviously in most cases it's not because of the game. I'm really good at playing games. That's obviously not going to be my selling point. That's like Assassin, Silent Assassin. He's actually good at games. So if you watch him, you can almost, like when I would watch him playing Conan, I would almost watch him playing Conan so I could learn more about Conan. But I feel like that's not, if someone wants to learn about a game. Now, I think I did actually educate a little bit about this game to people tonight about how it works and that sort of thing. But in normal circumstances, coming to one of my streams, you're not going to get very well. You're not going to get informed very much in the game that I'm playing. Hey, Joss. Oh, Joss, I'm sorry, man. Yeah, I was playing a game for pretty much the last 3 hours, 3.5. I started my stream a little bit before 8, and I think by about 8:15 I was playing. And I played most of the time. I did have a few times where I ran in circles. I did my thing, but I'd say more than not for the past 3 hours I was playing. Oh, and it's a game you love. Well, don't worry, Joss. If I maintain my focus on this game, I have a feeling there's enough of it. There's enough of it to do some to accommodate additional streams, unless I do my typical G-Loft thing and I burn out on it. Let me see. Let me see. There's Bewitching. Bewitching only has 340 concurrent viewers right now. And that might not seem like a lot, but that's down like 80%, 85% from where she was a year ago. So, I don't know. Hope everything's okay. I got gameplay, man. Yeah. Is it? Oh, I don't have 45 seconds on this screen. So many decisions. I think there's a streamer by the name of War Duck who is playing Witcher 3, which I feel is the most akin in spirit to the game that I've been playing now, in terms of it being a tried and true fantasy. Obviously it's a lot different than this one, but still. I think we're gonna raid him. That's what we're gonna do, Mr. War Duck. Let me get you guys a link. And before I do, I want to thank everybody for being here. My streaming schedule is still out. It's still crazy right now because I can't commit to a regular schedule because it all depends on what I'm looking for work. I'm focusing on work and looking for work right now. And so nothing is going to be finalized until I find my job and I figure out what my more permanent schedule is going to look like. So until then, it's all up in the air. So I'm happy that you guys showed up because it's just random. No one knows when to expect me except for Brad, who's always looking for me no matter what. So I'm happy you guys all made it here. Thank you, all of you guys who rated me tonight. That was so awesome. I'm not expecting it. I feel like I'm so under the radar now that I'm almost surprised when I get raids right now, because I feel like out of sight, out of mind, that unless you're like one of my regulars that show up to everything. Well, Nintagious, you're pretty regular in terms of viewing me, so I should count you into that crowd. But still, I don't. When I'm doing this sort of not streaming thing, for the most part, I'm still very surprised when I get raids. I'm like, whoa! Brad knows how I feel. Always hoping to see a Brad. Oh, it's Brad is. He's not able to stream right now still, isn't he? I know he was having, like, internet problems before. But has he been streaming at all? I feel like he hasn't been, or I would have noticed. But, because I've been getting up early enough that I could see Brad. I wake up sometimes 5 in the morning. I can see Brad then. But actually, I'm gonna check now. I don't think Brad is lurking at this point. Not Broad. Pritchard. About trying out some options. No, the last posted stream he has is 3 months ago, and that's about the last I remember seeing him play. He had his computer was crashing a lot, and then his internet he had problems with, all that stuff. Well, I hope he gets it worked out, because I like Brad. I like hanging out on Brad's streams when I can. His streaming time is always weird for me, but Brad's one of my favorite people on YouTube, so I like hanging out with him when I can. Alright, so let me get you a link. We're going to do us a little hashtag Lawhawk raid. And we're going to raid Mr. War Duck, who's playing Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. And let me see. I'll get you started with the basic hashtag la ha re. Oh, Natagious, I love it. Do it. One of those. You can choose between Nyx and Natagiouses. And let me get you that link. And we'll see when I can stream again. I am trying to... This was just completely random that I was able to do it today. Because I didn't think I would. But I'm really trying to not let too much time go between one stream to the next. So if you're not hearing from me by the 2-week mark, that's when you should start looking for me, because that's when I'm really going to be pushing to try and get a stream in. But until then, thank you all for being here. Love you all. Have a good weekend. Have a good night. And let's go raid this fine gentleman and who is playing Witcher 3, Mr. War Duck. Have a good night, guys. Love you all. And we will see you next time.